Hello and welcome back to Métropole Grid. My name, as always, is Patrick.
My name is Andre.
Hey, Andre, how's it going?
It's going well. Thanks so
Thank
much
you so much for
tuning in.
joining me. It's April 3rd,
2025.
2025.
We're using the small image box. If we find this uncomfortable, we'll go to the big image box, but hopefully you're doing well.
Yeah.
Welcome to Spoilers Month. Pat, it's been a time. It's been an exciting month. It'll continue to be an exciting month. How's
We're
your
not
spoilers
even
been?
we're not even fully in spoiler season, and we've already
We've seen half the set.
We've seen basically half the set. It's a 10-card set. We did have to work on it for a year.
Mostly neutral cards.
We apologize. This is the NSG apology video.
Oh no.
Yeah.
How's everyone
Which
doing?
one's my camera? Is this my camera?
That's your camera.
So sorry. Yeah.
Brendan, how's it going? It's a grid. SRN Brain Hand
Hey.
Grid. We're gonna be
Hey,
playing
Zen.
some BMI, that's for sure. Or sorry, BHI.
I don't know if you saw, but I accidentally grabbed one of Zen's boomerangs
Yeah.
during the districts, and I've managed to send them back through our secret courier.
Was my joke not very funny?
What was your joke?
I said, Pat, you
that was
can't
good.
throw it at her because it'll just come back. And I got so many high fives on Discord.
You didn't get a high five from me. That's interesting.
No, I know.
So the thing about that joke is that, like, mechanically boomerang comes back if you succeed,
Yeah.
but really in real life boomerangs come back if you miss.
Holy shit. You should. Speaking
Hey
of that,
Sanjay, good to see you.
whoa, you got a narrative director on your show. That's a big get. Sanjay, how's it
Yeah.
going? Congratulations too. The Pat is the narrative designer. What's the term?
It's narrative god emperor,
Okay.
and
It's been
bow,
one
bow
day.
before me. It's been one day.
Yeah.
But for me, days last both eons and femtoseconds. It's difficult to really perceive time like you mortals do.
You've been
Hey, Wenjong.
you've been on the narrative team, the narrative director now. It's been a while. It's
Yep.
been longer than I think anyone knows it's been.
Yeah, it's true. I've been secretly narrative director for about 5 years.
That's not true.
It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. No, I've been narrative director for about a year now.
Congrats.
Thank you
People
so much.
don't know about it. Now they do.
No, I had to bite my tongue constantly.
Yes.
But I would sometimes talk with authority about what's happening on the narrative side, but
Right,
without
cool.
being able to say, like, it's my fault that something
Yes.
is happening like that.
So how do you
Mhm.
feel? Because like obviously you've been working heavily on Elevation for
Yep.
over a year. Now other folks have worked on it before you, I'm assuming. So there's
A little bit,
everyone's
yeah.
ideas to some extent here.
Mhm.
But now at the position that you're not just on the narrative team, but you're the narrative director, and
Yep.
that I'm known to have hot takes that are sometimes, you
Mhm.
know, I
Yeah.
can.
That's true.
How do you feel about that? Because I feel like it actually makes my job easier.
Mhm.
Because if I know the narrative director really well and I know what upsets them, I feel like I can.
You
say
can
it
you can
better.
target. It's
Yeah.
targeted attacks.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm ready to sacrifice whatever we have for the
Good.
sake of NSG. Just to be perfectly clear.
Yeah, that's fine. I get it.
Yeah.
But actually, do you feel more stressed? Like, do you feel more responsibility?
Now that it's out there,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, good. No, but for real?
No, I don't think that's changed anything. Like, very few people have come up to me and been like, narrative director, do a narrative director thing for me now
Mhm.
that it's out there.
Right.
I guess I just felt this increased responsibility and stuff and stress for a year without being able to say out loud
To get the
why
cool
I'm feeling
thing,
that
the,
without
the
you know,
internet recognition.
without the recognition,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
internet
yeah,
points, the upvotes, and the 5-star reviews on iTunes. The no one's smashing my like button.
A couple more weeks. What is your
What?
what is the thing that you're most excited about the new set? In terms of like narrative stuff, not anything else.
I mean, obviously, I can't say.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
we have something that's so incredibly cool that I think people are going to absolutely love that I can't talk about. But just with like the way we are now telling stories in Netrunner,
Cool.
but we haven't. But
But you're
haven't
not
talked
going
about
to
it
say it.
yet. I'm not going to say it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's super cool. It's from it like one nice thing about suddenly coming into this position
Mhm.
is I was able to like dislodge some inertia or like present some new ideas. Just like, hey, there's a new sheriff in town. I did like fire my gun into the air a few
Yeah.
times, and I got a little badge too. But I was able to like present new ideas and kind of get the ball rolling on them. Whereas before
Sure.
there might have been inertia in a big organization that kind of tends not to move quickly on things because it's just how any organization works. People
Sure,
are
but
kind of
now
easy.
a year later, are you worried that you were inertialess?
Yes. Things are moving too fast. I'm scared. We're frictionless and we're just sliding on the ice. It's really terrifying.
Hey, Wenjong, how's it going? You got the narrative director on your show. That's a big get. Sanjay says thank you.
Mhm.
Not going to my local tonight, but I'm teaching 2 new folks next week. Brennan,
Cool.
enjoy it. Teaching folks is really fun. I feel
Mhm.
like it's been a long time since I've taught someone Netrunner, but it's always a pleasure.
It is always a pleasure to teach folks
Yeah.
Netrunner.
Patrick, be honest. Did you publish your article on Tuesday during Metropolitan Grid on purpose? Actually, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
Did that happen on purpose?
No.
What happened? This is just
I'm
with
not sure.
schedule then.
I just wrote that article a while ago, and it just ended up going up on Tuesday, and I thought it was very funny that it ended up going up during your stream.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
pretty
know it was
funny.
happening, and then that was a
I know.
comment. Be like, "There's a thing that just went up." I'm like,
Yeah,
wait,
and you have to
cool.
You have to like. I mean, you didn't, but you like in theory could have pretended that you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Well, you didn't. No, you knew.
Oh, about that. That I knew.
Yeah.
No, but I didn't know there was an article. I didn't know that it was going to be that article that was going to announce it. Like,
Yeah.
I knew that at some point it has to be announced because, of course, it does.
Mhm.
I also, the card that was in there, like, was a surprise. That was not a card that people knew about.
Yeah, I don't think that was even content creators got to know that there's going to be a spoiler, so that was kind of fun to surprise everyone.
And it's a cool card. It's genuinely a cool
It's an
card.
interesting, cool card.
I want to play more of it.
We can talk about that maybe a bit later.
Dentic, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. I already have faith in you as a narrative director, but this boomerang comment fills me with confidence. Hey, Fairhelian, aren't god emperors required to be part sandworm?
Who says I'm not?
We only see the top.
That's nice. It's life. I do like Melange Mining Corp.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's a little Dune reference for you.
What's the modern one? Roughneck? People
Roughneck
forget the
Repair
card
Squad?
exists.
They do.
Yeah, until it shows up randomly in your hand when you play Turmoil. And it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Brendan, are we going to collectively bully Andre into play Nuvang again tonight? I don't think so.
You've been playing Nuvang so much.
I've been playing so much Nuvang, and I feel like it is genuinely makes okay, good content, but it is very unhealthy for me. Like, it is frustrating me so much, so consistently. And I think it's important to know what you like and what you don't like. The problem is I'm being goaded by well-intentioned people saying like, no, you're doing it bad. This is a good Nuvang list.
You're not usually allowed to say that you are goaded yourself. Yeah, other people can tell you you're goaded.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on trash can symbols on green colored IDs? Tron has been.
I don't think we should be allowed to trash Wayland IDs.
Shaper?
I don't think the corp should be allowed to trash Shaper IDs either.
Okay, there you go.
What are you saying, Teron?
Are you trying to pry secrets out of Pat? I was going for like a genuine like.
I was actually almost about to divulge secrets, then he actually moved away from that topic. We'll see if we come back to it.
No, he's actually the most famous person on Metroful. Hey Phil, how's it going?
Who's the sidecar now? I even got to start this one.
Yeah, I did. It was more convenient. PPK, hope everyone's having a good night. Hopefully you're doing well as well.
I'm not.
Is
but
Melange,
thanks for asking.
Is Melange going to be the new ID in Elevation?
Yes.
You just sit there, do nothing, click for 7?
Yeah, just click for 7.
That'd be
I
sick.
think that's fine as an ID.
I'm so excited to see new runners really want to see a reimagined Kim. Like, do you want the destructive part of Kim, or you just like the character being incredibly racist?
You're saying Edward Kim, or are you like typoing Kit?
Oh, it could be Kit. I'd be more excited for a reimagined Kit. Is there a kid in there?
Well, the thing about Elevation, like the thing that I could do as an art director is invent new types of racism.
Yeah,
and like I think you're gonna be really excited.
Jesus, Matt, which faction has your favorite story in Elevation? That's a good question.
That is a good question. Like I'm biased because
Are all the factions there? Have we even confirmed that?
I mean, like I think we already have confirmed that 7 factions and a mini faction.
You got the scoops here.
And the mini faction has 7 IDs.
Yeah.
I think like people have figured that from the math.
Yeah.
I think Shaper has one of my. There's actually a couple stories in Shaper that I really like a lot. Like on an ID or on the cards themselves. Like there's flavor text I'm very proud of.
Cool.
That kind of introduces new characters into the setting.
The destruction part of Edward Kim, yeah, then I don't think it to be clear about that. Sorry, we insinuated the bad thing.
Yeah, okay, wow.
I have no doubt. Like my expectation is to see Imp going and a new Imp coming in, because I feel like so much of the Anarch card pool does not work unless you have an Imp.
Yeah, like why would you ever play Woo if you don't have a way to trash? And we're pretending like Carnivore doesn't exist.
Maybe Carnivore sees more play. I honestly don't know.
Maybe it does. I don't know. Like, yeah.
Are we getting new space racism? It's been the same space racism for a long time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm most excited for the runners and corps. I'm chomping at the bit. Oh, like the identities? We've seen nothing of that. I'm assuming when like NSG proper spoiler season starts, like my guess is that we get narrative pieces that usually has like the people in them, the runners, the corps. That I think official spoiler season doesn't start till next week.
Like, no, I think it's like, does it start on Thursday? Does it start on Friday? I think like in one of the articles we did write what day it starts on.
Yeah, but I thought it was like maybe next week. Like
it starts next week.
But then why are we seeing cards? How are we not in spoiler season? What's the difference? We've been spoiled. Like I don't understand it.
No, that you're being eased in.
That's ridiculous.
It's like you're a frog and you're being boiled.
That's a ridiculous sentiment. We've been seeing too many cards. You can leak the squid faction yet?
We can leak the squid fiction. There's a squid.
They're good.
It goes places.
I need to know about the lizard. Oh, the big one? I need to know about the
big lizard.
Yeah, there's probably
we
lots
all enjoy the lizard. The lizard's great. One of my favorite pieces of art in the set. Do
you know what the artist is? I think I said the wrong artist because it's a very known artist.
Well, I mean, someone there are people from art in here. I think it's Anthony and Hutchings.
That sounds right.
Something
I
Hutchings.
think I said the wrong name. I think it's
yeah, because
Anthony
it's the
Hutchings.
Regenesis, Amelia Earhart. I think
That
Capybara.
sounds right. What is the artist clause? It says it here. You can't see it. Yeah,
I colon Hutchins. Hutchie.
Yeah, it looks like Amelia Earhart.
Capybara.
Yeah, been doing a lot of cool animals. I'm assuming it's this artist. It looks like this.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's cool. Andre, very hateful on the octopus biroids last stream.
That's the space racism.
Do you know what was really funny? Is like I've heard other commentary where it's like one person says this is the cutest thing ever, and then the other person says they are horrified.
I'm so glad. So that is what we were going for.
Yeah,
Like I think maybe it was Brennan on even your last stream was talking about how like we kind of went through revisions where like, is this horrifying enough? Is this too cute? Or is this?
It can't be either, but it needs to be in the middle, and I think it's a good job in the middle.
For my part, like we wanted to like invent a new kind of bioroid for this set, but we also want to make it seem alien while still being human enough that you like sympathize with it, so that when we put them on the like workers on a skyscraper image,
I like them less.
Other people aren't like the Edward Kim of bioroids now. When we put them on the skyscraper, like, oh, these are workers and I sympathize with them, and these are.
But I don't sympathize with them.
No, because they look like carrots, you said?
Because they look... I've never said carrot. Other folks have said carrot, and I've been confused. They are genuinely frightening.
One of them looks like a carrot. I admit that that is true.
From the 9th. Kevs, how's it going? Yeah, so spoiler season starts on Monday, technically.
Lucille, for Hecky Grace, obviously, but like, obviously, I'm pushing to get plushies of the octopus bioroids.
Oh, shit, that would be good.
That'd be so good.
Actually, I would be down to that. Have we seen like half of One Corp ID? I think we've seen the art on One Corp ID. We've seen the art on the name is on the top, I'm pretty sure.
Poetry brands.
Yeah, the HB one. Myself and others have expressed fatigue during previous scoop seasons. This is merely the ramp up to build up our scoop tolerance.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was getting at. Yeah.
The appetizer for the spoiler season is the fettuccine Alfredo.
Every single morning I've been eating tea with Novocaine powder in it.
Yeah.
Is it Novocaine powder?
No. Iocane?
Iocane, thank you, yeah.
You
Novocaine is an upcoming film starring Jack Quaid, seen in theaters soon.
You can have a warm day. Which one's Jack Quaid?
He's the son of Randy. No, he's the son of Dennis Quaid. He's on Strange New Worlds. No, he's not. He's on.
You said nothing correct so far.
He's on The Boys. He's on The Boys.
Okay, he's the guy on The Boys.
He's the guy in The Boys.
Whatever. Yeah. I'm glad y'all struck that balance. It's a really cool balance, right? How's it going between the two? You can have a warm day before spring, but they aren't in spring yet. Global warming means we have more spoilers before spoiler season, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Patrick, did you write poetry for all the poetry related cards?
No, I did not. You're welcome, by the way.
Okay.
We
got a lot of stuff to do today. We have a pretty stacked stream. The problem is these streams are
because I'm on it. Yeah. Am I right?
Hecky.
I'm right.
Do you want to go through some new stuff? Because we have some spoilers to talk about at the top.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be playing Hand Brain Netrunner, which shout out to Rahid in chat, which is a kind of Netrunner that I've been playing a bit of, and it's a lot of fun. It's a 2-player Netrunner game, technically up to 4 players if you want. But the idea is that Pat and I were going to be playing the same team, where it's not like a normal Thursday where we don't play the same team at the same time. But the difference is we'll have very distinct roles, where there'll be a hand player for the game and a brain player from the game. The short of the long is, and we'll recap this in a second, so don't worry about the rules. We'll come back to this after we get through the news section. The brain player tells the hand player what to do by just saying the name of a basic action.
Yeah. Install.
Yes.
Run. You don't even say what run what server.
Yeah. And you don't say install this card. You just say install a card or play an event, something like that. And then during the runs, that is where the hand has to make decisions, which cards to install, what runs to make. And during runs, technically the hand has full control of all paid ability windows. And we're meant to try and win the game in Netrunner, which we're not allowed to communicate.
How much of the strategy becomes manipulating the hand
more than you think?
Okay, cool. Because you're like, okay, I have to make sure that we clear all but one event out of the hand, so that when I say event, it's weird. The one I need him to do.
It's like there's some ways to make the game less interesting. Then there's some identities that make it more interesting, right? Like Asa is really weird because you technically trade priority on installs. Like the hand installs the first, the brain summons can install the second. NEH gets a bit boring. Atea is really cool. Op, we're going to be playing today. Op is really fun because if you fire Op during a run, the hand gets to do it. If it happens outside of the run, the brain gets to do it. So like it gets really kind of weird. Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't realize that. Cool.
Yeah, technically.
Brennan, remind me someday. I have a book of dirty Canadian limericks. They're all based on locations and
are they good?
Things. Yeah, they're very funny. That people rhyme shikutami in the filthiest ways. Like, you wouldn't believe what she'd do to me. It's kind of how it goes.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ajax. All right, you want to get some news soon?
Yeah, let's get it in.
I have grown up so much on Canadian joke books. I was like the most
Me
of what I was reading
too.
as a kid. I had like two. I gotta trade you the ones I have. They're still at my parents, but
Mhm.
like two big Canadian.
I
joke
definitely
books.
had some, like,
Yeah, we probably had the same book.
1,001 Canadian jokes. I'm like,
Yes.
I have no idea where Prince George
No,
is,
yeah,
but
no
like
idea.
I'll read a joke about it.
To date, I have never heard anyone say a Newfie joke, but I've read so many Newfie jokes.
Well, I think because like while we were growing up, people realized like maybe it's not fun to make fun of these people just
Wait,
because,
but actually,
because
in
they're
like
because they're the funniest
in
Canadian.
the 70s when we were smoking cigarettes and driving without seatbelts, we were like yelling Newfie jokes out the window.
Yeah, exactly.
That's unbelievable. The
Yeah.
jokes are really funny, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah,
Yeah.
Newfies are very funny.
Yeah. The Anglo Guide to Survival in Quebec.
Hey, Kat.
When you look at the previews from the start of article, can I ask that you also read the last paragraph?
No.
Fully just hijacking your audience to signal boost it because it's important people know.
Unfortunately, we are not able to do that.
We'll look at it.
Yeah, so we're talking about Ash's Ascendancy spoilers. We got to see 2 new magic types. There's 2 new custom dice sets,
What are they called?
Artifice and Astral.
Okay, those words I will confuse.
I like Artifice a lot. It seems to have some fun potential, and it seems like a complicated kind of like give and take. It's got pros and cons to when you use it, and I think it's kind of fun.
Cool.
Yep.
What's the new box do?
It's two pre-built decks, each one representing fully one of the 2 new magic types, and then there's 1 new solo
Is
solo
this
enemy.
garbage now? Do I throw this into the ocean, Pat?
I don't think there's actually rotation. I thought there was rotation, but there's not actually rotation with the new one.
Well, there was with the 1.5.
Yeah, but that wasn't rotation. That was like we're errata-ing 2/3 of the cards in the game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the Ray Patrick. We're hand to brain with the Ray Patrick.
I'm Eric.
I'm Nick Mason. Hey, Daria, how's it going?
A Nick Mason jar over here.
Hey everyone, Stwide here. Stwide is sick. I gotta
Hey,
meet
Stwide.
Stwide at World. Stwide was great. With a startup curation team, we wanted to do a quick retrospective of the last few months of startup competitive play, as well as a look ahead to what startup will look like with the release of Elevation.
We're gonna narrate the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, we're probably
trade
not.
off hand and brain reading.
I'll do the
Noun,
vowels. Yeah.
verb.
So this article goes through basically a recap from 3 major startup events. The World's 2024 Startup Side Event, which is a really weird data point if you ask me, because I do think it's probably the startup event that most people did not intend to play. And I mean that with all due respect. It is an event that some people did not intend to play it. And they're like, what's a startup deck? And they went into it. So like, it's a weird data point, but it is a big startup data point. Then the UK Nationals 2024 startup event, which was a big event. Mind you, Lucille, I think, ran it, if at least not played and won it. And 3 Blind Mice startup CTK, which happened in, now I'm starting to get afraid to say the Australian cities. I just don't think
Melbourne? Melbourne?
Welcome to my hell.
Melbourne?
All 3 events took place with the latest ban list, which, mind you, Startup had a really cool ban list in, I think, September of last year.
MOBA.
Wanted
I'm jungling.
Metis looking before System Update 2021 rotates out of the startup card pool.
Canberra?
Canberra. Yeah, I think that's right.
Sydney. Sydney's easy.
Sydney's good.
I mean,
Yeah,
Sydney's
Sydney's
the
good.
one we get. Because we have a Sydney.
What's the capital of
Sydney, Nova
Australia?
Scotia. Is it Canberra?
It is Canberra.
Yeah.
I think everyone thinks it's Sydney.
Well, clearly not everyone. I'm very smart.
Oh,
I'm good at geography.
I knew the same thing.
Yeah,
I'm not saying.
Jeez.
Melbourne? I think it's Melbourne.
Because we've got a similar thing in Canada, honestly.
Yes. What is the non-Canadians in the chat? What's the capital of Canada? I just want it. No organization from my end. Congrats. I will say we referenced this data against 4 other larger startup tournaments, but it didn't change the data so much. It's cropped the ones instead. Yeah, that's totally cool. Patrick literally heard an Australian say Melbourne today.
I did. I did. Well, to be fair, she said Perth a lot. Yeah. Okay. Moose Jaw is a Canadian city, and well, one of my greatest plays in what's that board game where you have like you've got clay, you're doing trivia, you're moving around a board.
Yeah. Not Telestrations. No,
It's not Telestrations. No.
Yeah, but I know the one.
Yeah. So
The only game with clay in it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, one of them was like, okay, like close your eyes and draw this word. Well, read the word, then close your eyes. And the word was Moose Jaw.
Cool.
As in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan? Or is it Alberta?
I don't know. I think it's Alberta.
It's Alberta.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cranium. Thank you. Cranium is the capital of Canada. You got it. Yeah, and like I managed to draw freehand, eyes closed, Moose Jaw.
Cool.
And people got it right away.
Like the name or the city?
The city. But no, I was able to draw. I was able to draw. That's right. I did the famous
political map.
The skyline of Moose Jaw, Alberta.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's the famous Moose Jaw Square building.
There's that bridge with a roof on it.
Yeah.
The capital of New York State is Albany, Cat. But the capital of Canada is Ottawa. A lot of folks think it's Toronto. I think one folk fell into our trap there.
Yeah, but they don't say it right.
No one.
They say it Melbourne.
This is the weird thing too. It's like so many people have said the word Toronto,
Mhm.
and yet people understand how you're meant to say Toronto, and
Yeah.
yet they decide not to. But I feel like it's a shibboleth that people don't want to choose to cross that line.
Well, exactly, and I
Yeah.
think like people are allowing it to still be a shibboleth, kind of with Montreal.
Yes, because you say Montreal.
I say Montreal, and you say
Montreal.
no. You don't.
Montreal?
No, you don't.
No, Montreal.
We all know how you say
I
Montreal.
don't know how I say it.
You say Montreal.
You're saying the same thing I'm saying.
No, I'm not. I say Montreal.
And I say,
Montreal.
you're saying the same thing twice. I'm just not joking. Montreal.
I'm using a schwa, like Montreal.
Montreal.
You definitely did in Montreal.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Toronto.
I think I have relatives there.
Wait,
Hey, saying the same thing twice, you see? Phil's
Zero, get out of here.
great goof. Very funny goof.
No, it's Nicolaj.
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 That's 99, right?
Yeah.
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 All right.
We call it 99.
99.
That's what they say, not 99. Let's talk about a shibboleth.
Montreal. No one says Montreal. Ew, do you say that?
Yeah, Montreal is the local way to say it.
Pat is
Because
not
we
saying
say
the
it
same
so
thing
often that we
twice.
could turn it into a schwa. The
Montreal?
vowel dies in our mouths.
Montreal. I would rather say Montreal.
I mean, obviously that's the correct way to say it, but like, I feel weird.
There's 0 T sounds in Toronto. No, there's 1 T sound. Toronto.
No, it starts with the D.
Dorano.
Drano. It's Drano.
Okay, hold on. We have a spoiler. This article shows like distributions of different IDs across a startup and even in top cuts. Things get Waylandy.
These
I think
get pretty Waylandy. So
Built the last.
Pharos is outlawed.
It's banned.
What? There's no other Wayland card that's banned, right?
No. Well, 5-3s are banned. But I don't think that changes Wayland. Yeah.
And
I don't know what's going on. The runner distribution, this I'm not surprised about. I think Shaper seems like the best thing you can do. Criminal seems like the most fun thing you can do. And then Anarch just seems very limited.
I think we should keep it this way forever because this is a beautiful looking image.
This does look kind of nice.
Yeah.
I would argue the problem with Anarch and Startup right now, and mind you, Startup is not meant to be perfect. It's not meant to give you so many options. It's meant to give you enough options you can like get into the card pool and enjoy it. But like Anarch has no console. Like Anarch just has problems. There's no Anarch consoles in the format.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like there's issues.
Just trying to think of the Anarch console like
no, they don't exist.
Ugh.
And then when you see the top placing runners, like it just closes down and kind of proves the point. So like the people playing Anarchs are not converting, and that's kind of neat.
Yep.
And so this is what the observations talk about: a lack of anarchy, of course. Trick shot, mind you, is also basically the last liberation cycle is just such a Shaper set that it's hard for Shaper not to be this good. But Criminal's actually doing it better than I thought they would. I feel like Criminal struggles with fundamental economy problems.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that Criminal's doing so well. Like when I think about Criminal in Standard, like so many of the things, like the things that what am I saying?
I don't know.
Criminal Startup versus Criminal Standard, very different. Criminals have Bravado and Doof and like all these big like econ swing cards.
Yep.
I'm not sure what they have
Class
in
Act, Boomerang, like
Class
all
Act
the
is
good
of course,
criminal cards are outside of the format.
Yeah, sorry, Zen Class Act is good. You have to tell Zen that Class Act is good.
Why? Oh yeah, but Zen doesn't want to play it because it's like too much. Like I get it, it's overwhelming, and like there's something to that.
It's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a good card.
It's worth noting that 50% of our balance update was to nerf Wayland, and Wayland is still cracked. The 5-3 restriction was almost fully intended to nerf Wayland.
Centre Bell, that's pretty funny.
Centre Bell, why?
Well, how Ken 70's spelling Centre Bell. I went to the Bell Arena.
Okay.
In Laval to watch a Victoire game the other day.
Everyone's going out to see Victoire games.
And the stadium was packed.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Like, good for them. They're doing quite well.
Victoire is, I don't know the level of competitive play, but that's female hockey.
Yeah,
women's
like,
hockey.
I think it's like the highest North American female hockey league.
They're very good, aren't they? Our locals.
They were pretty good. Like, honestly, the last 5 minutes of the game were like some of the most intense hockey I've ever seen live.
Do they fight?
Yeah.
They fist fight?
Well, I mean, they like check each other. They like,
but they don't like take gloves off
other
and start punching.
I didn't see that
because I think you go to jail. In most leagues, you go to jail if you do that. It's weird. The NHL's different. They have no jail law.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
because I obviously I watch Shoresy. People go to jail there temporarily, but Shoresy's a show.
It's a television program.
It's a television program. Yeah, we say program.
Class Act is good when you know a keep versus ditch. Just pick your least favorite. Don't sweat it. Zen came 5th on Startup on Tuesday, solidly in top. Let's go.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Daogen, how's it going?
I haven't checked this
PWHL Professional Women's Hockey League. Very, very cool. Hey, AJ, how's it going? So we solved criminal economy. You just played Trick Shot and Career Fair out of Liberated. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
See, people like Career Fair.
Solomir, I need to play your Anarch Carnivore deck, but I do think that Carnivore deck does need to be played in Standard. I'm pretty sure. Pat and Grid to sleep to sum me up. Hey, me theory. So the observations, Built the Last is not crumbled. I think we've seen Built the Last. So there was a startup event here on Tuesday. Neither of us were able to go to it. We went to the last startup event that we had in Montreal, and there was a lot of people there.
I wasn't at the last one either, I think.
Oh shit, I was. I had a good time.
I just haven't been able to make it to the startup event.
I think the top like 4, if not the top 5, were all just playing PE. I think it was like PE, Built the Last.
That's because this is Montreal.
Yeah.
And we're a sicko city.
Yeah. And also it's rotating.
Yeah.
So
and some people say Montreal.
Yeah, some people do. System Update 2021 has been a significant component of the startup meta, comprising half of its core card pool for startup since its creation, which is rotation. Corps lose several beloved or hated damage cards like Jinteki, Perishable Evolution, Snare. It's a collection of 3/2s, and then all the good agendas.
What does Wayland lose in Snare? What does Wayland lose from System Update 21 for startup?
Atlas,
that's it.
Oh, well, we'd have to look at it.
Well, Archer and
Hostile,
Eminent.
Archer, Eminent. Yeah, they lose a lot. Wayland is absolutely goofed by rotation. Wayland looks unplayably bad, I'll be honest.
It really does. It's
it looks really, really bad.
And I know the cards.
I was a top unique player. Hey, let's go.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
So, okay, one thing I just want to say about startup, which I think is going to be, this is the problem right now, I think. And I think as a content creator, I'll be asked this question a lot. And this is a startup problem, is if you're a new player and you're coming into the game.
Punitive's the other one, yeah.
Punitive's huge. My recommendation, if you're a new player, you want to get into Netrunner, what do you pick up? 100% you pick up System Gateway.
Yeah.
As of next month, unless something horrible happens, you pick up Elevation as part 2.
Yeah.
It's almost unimaginable that's not the first 2 things you recommend.
Yes.
And then from that, people then ask, what should I pick up?
Midnight Sun.
That is the issue, is I think I would still recommend the Borealis cycle over Liberation cycle because I think it's so much easier for newer players to get into.
Midnight Sun is more grokkable. It's a bit more straightforward. I find it more interesting. Like I find the Liberation cycle to be just a little bit too complicated. Too many cards do too many different things.
I don't understand. But like we had new players who were playing like their 12th game of Netrunner, and they were trying to play Arsana. It's like I have to explain the timing structure on every single run. Like it's so complicated that I think as a new product, Liberation is not particularly good, which is going to be a pain point for startup for a while.
Yeah,
that I feel like I'm going to be some weird stick in the mud where I'm going to recommend people pick up Borealis, and then it'll be like, what about startup? And I'll be like, I don't know what to do about that.
Because like if you look at the overall total of cards in startup, a lot of them are going to be kind of on the complicated end, where if you look at standard, it's actually not quite that. It's like
standard might be simpler.
Standard might be
standard might have simpler cards on average.
Average simplicity of cards might be higher in standard.
What the fuck? You might be right. Because there's no Liberation. Because like the IDs that you play as the runner, do you want to play Arsana? Complicated as F. Do you want to play Sebastião? Also kind of complicated.
Like,
do you want to play Mercury?
You know how to build a deck with him, but you don't know how to play.
Yeah. Like this is the hard part right now with the system update is that I think this is not a good first set for Netrunner players, for new Netrunner players.
But it wasn't made to be that way. It's just too bad that because of startup, no offense to everyone who loved startup, but like it's just the way it is. Like it's the newest set, so people want to get it, but it doesn't feel great. Meteor, this isn't about that.
Ob is simple. Ob is like, well, Ob is still not the most simple, but like that's it.
I think all the runners, like if you buy Midnight Sun, you've got 3 runners who tell you what they do right on there.
Yeah, you can basically put all the cards together. You have a functional deck.
Yeah. Prov, you basically know how to build a Prov deck right from the get-go.
And it's fun, immediately fun. People like advancing cards.
Admittedly, Op is
Op is the weird one for sure.
Op succeeds with a much bigger card pool.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of a weird one to say, but like it's still okay.
The justification for getting Liberation over MS is that MS is great for kitchen table play, but going to events is a big part of what Netrunner is, and buying Liberation lets you start doing that. No, I hear you, but like I'm not convinced. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But if a newer player picks up Arsana, how are they playing this on kitchen table if they don't understand like how the approach step works and priority works? Like it seems this is a hard ID to play that even on JNet when I'm playing casual against people who've been playing the game for more than a month, they're still getting this wrong consistently.
Yeah.
Like it's really weird.
Hey, for sure.
Hey, for sure. Do you want to play Seb? I don't think so tonight, but I do like Seb a bit. But I think it's weird that on average, maybe the complexity of a standard card might be lower than a startup card. Yeah, that's really weird. There's 2 spoilers that came out, mind you, and we're gonna read the bottom because we promised we will. Again,
you did.
Side hustle. Do you want to read this?
Side hustle is a 2-cost resource job. It's neutral, no influence. When you install this resource and whenever a run begins, place 1 credit on this resource. When there's 6 or more hosted credits, take all edit credits from it, trash it, and draw 1 card. So basically, like you install this and then you make 5 more runs, you get a payout.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice.
It's neat. It's neutral.
Yep.
I think you do need some sort of cards like this, particularly in System Gateway plus Elevation.
Yeah, I think this is definitely going to like even out the econ package that you have access to, and maybe like facilitate a few more different kinds of econ package. And I think it's interesting.
This reminds me a lot of Smartware Distributor, which is like not a great place to be in. But I think if you're playing more run-based, you rather have this than Smartware. If you're playing not run-based, Smartware is fine.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm worried that this might not be up to snuff. Like, as for 1 credit less is okay. And if you're running all the time to fire Masterwork Prognostic, that's okay. Because you don't have to make successful runs, right? You just have to make a run. Is that correct?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be successful. So I think that's interesting. You can just like start poking away and face checking, and this will pay out eventually.
And like, nice. Daily Cast is still in the format and will be, but the idea is that this is what fires faster. This can fire faster the same way that if you build your deck around environmental testing does fire faster.
Yeah.
But this is another card that if you draw it late, it's like really ugly.
But there's some board states where even a run-based runner is like, I'm gonna wait a turn before I really start running again, and then this is not really useful.
Yeah.
I'd put 3x Daily Cast in my decks in standard anyway before I put this in, but certainly this is going to fill a kind of Daily Cast role in a thing like Startup where they don't actually have Daily Casts. That's something I kind of forget about. But
Daily Cast is in Startup, isn't it?
No,
it's an Ashes.
It's from Ashes. Right, so it's like Daily Cast is like, it feels like such a fundamental econ piece, but it's not part of the fundamental game set. But this kind of is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not convinced that this will see standard play, but I think this is pretty good in elevation. Maybe you can. The question is like, what's so hard and I think so fascinating? And the next card is also going to be another like really big thing about this is understanding how much runners are going to run is very difficult because this is going to be such a massive change. Like right now, if you ask me, the biggest reason why a runner would run that many times that aggressively is Leech and Amakua.
Yeah, it pays off with Leech. It pays off with Amakua. Well,
you can play Penny Shaver. But in a world without Amakua, how often are you running for no reason? Like, you have to get this down and then make 5 good runs.
Leech, red team, like, you can make this combo with things that exist in the smallest possible card pool.
Moby's is sick with this. Trickshot's sick with this, right? Like, Trickshot's really good at this. Yeah.
All right, can we scroll up a bit on chat? I think someone said something that I want. No, on chat.
Oh, on chat. Yeah. What's up?
Lucille saying that they're very weak to chicken advertising. That is like their type weakness. Chicken advertising was super effective.
I think there's one slot in elevation that doesn't need to be competitively viable. It's a neutral runner econ slot. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think there might be some decks that this looks better than it does. I'm not convinced that this is as good in I don't think this is Daily Cast where you can put Daily Cast into everybody and Daily Cast has problems where if you draw it too late, it's not good. But I don't think this is Daily Cast. I think if they unban DreamNet, this is cool. Yeah. And I think there's a chance that DreamNet could be unbanned. Yeah.
If Ken and this coexisted, I think I might put this in a Ken deck.
Fine.
But I'd probably rather put like econ run events.
Yeah.
Actually.
Trickshot's just legal in Startup, Sanjay. So in Startup where you can play Side Hustle, you can play this.
Trickshot is actually going to pay out kind of fun with this. Yeah.
What's your take on Languid Grid? I think Languid Grid, which I probably should pull up the card before we talk about it. I want to play it in person. I'm not convinced it is as good as... Oh, this is a cool article.
That's me, folks. Hi, I'm the narrative director at Null Signal Games. My name is Patrick Joseph Sklar.
I'm not convinced that this is as good as Tranquility in
You got to
HB.
stop saying as.
Yeah.
He's not good. Well, no, he doesn't rotate.
But what I am interested about is like how good this makes turn 1 pushes in a remote server.
That's going to be
with small campaigns.
Turn 1 Anthill.
Like the best case is Maskarovka, Makoto Languid, Anthill. You res that for next to nothing. And then people also get that tilting sort of thing where like when this is behind the remote server, people don't want to run the remote server because then you res the ice for free.
Yeah, you're giving them credits if you run.
It feels emotionally quite bad.
So I just want to check the timing of this. I think I know it.
Yeah.
But like if they run and you res the ice.
Yep.
And then the next turn, this refills before you need to res the campaign.
Corp recurring credits have been so inconsequential for the last 3 years. I forget.
You kind of like, I've replaced that with memories of like my parents.
I don't think they can refresh and you can use these to res the next thing. I'm not sure you can.
That's what I think.
Because it refills after start of turn. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you res it before your turn begins. So yeah, these will happen spent and.
Yeah, so you can't res both.
No, it says before your turn begins. When you res is upright and before your turn begins.
But I think before your turn begins is the turn begins clause.
Is also,
but there's no paid ability window before your turn begins and turn begins. I don't think you can do it.
Okay, all right, cool.
Is there a name for the future Gateway Elevation format? We're trying to use the elevation hype to create a central North Carolina meta and saying Gateway Elevation. I'm assuming NSG will invent a name for that.
The problem is like, we had a good name when this was just its code name.
Like Dawn?
Yeah.
Which was?
I'm not going to say it because obviously it was so good, but like I want to come up with something for this, but I think we're just going to say like, yeah, gateway plus elevation. That's it. That is the.
I have no doubt someone will make a better term.
Or the core sets.
Mobius would give it 2 ticks. Play the deck Agents of Team tonight. Evil Blast. I'll get some sleep. For sure. Yeah, we have some decks lined up because we're playing Agents. What's it called? Hand and Brain, but we'll get to it for sure. Core set. Yeah, maybe people will just call it core set. Recurring credit comes back after the pay to building window, sadly. Yeah, so you can't do both.
Yep.
But I do think this is really cool to get down because if you're rezzing, like you need to have cards that are going to be in the remote server not forever. So like a Nico campaign, an Anthill, stuff like that. Otherwise, you can do better with Tranquility. Otherwise, you like Vovo doesn't see any play, and this is kind of technically a lot like Vovo, but you can move Vovo.
It's pretty similar to Vovo. I would play Vovo usually.
Yeah.
Instead, but
discerning that people's first thought with this is pushing some econ, meanwhile like Prana Clearinghouse. What do you mean? I don't think this works that well with either of those.
Yeah, I'm confused by that.
Next card. Talk about everything changing. This is what's so fascinating is that this is Fly Swatter. It's 2 cost, 0 strength code gate. It has a nice Edmund Shinny art. When you res this ice during a run against a server, purge virus counters. I'm pretty sure in the marketing article they talked about this.
Was called out specifically, yeah.
Yeah. And then it says stop that, which is really fun. Just end the run.
That's one of Aaron Shoeflower's flavor texts.
We don't get it. We might have missed something. I like Makota in the Stego deck, but it's just like a 4th photo. Yeah, we don't encourage that sort of talk around here. David, how's it going? I do think, with D-Res Tattoo Bola, like it seems good, but like,
I think Fly Swatter is cool.
I think Fly Swatter is quite good. I think you can easily play this in any deck as a one of. What I think is so fascinating is that I'm very allergic to this 0 in the bottom left corner.
Yeah.
But now in a world where that Amakua, this is actually not a huge downside.
No, it's a downside for the crew.
But actually it's an upside for the crew. Because crew trashes. It's a downside to the crew. But if they crew this ice, that's silly. But technically they can also crew 1 or 2 strength.
Yeah.
Now technically they have to take a tag or a leech counter. So the fact that they use the crew on just this, it's like kind of the worst way to use crew.
Yeah, that's actually
like imagine you paid more for this and it came in with 2 strength and they still immediately crewed it. Like this is the least you can pay for this effect.
I'd be interested in seeing more strength matters stuff. Like 0 strength ice does something else for yeah,
this seems fine. I think this is a playable tech card. The fact that it's basically just Quandary Plus is so surprising to me.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't know if I would be playing Quandary in modernly.
I think it's functional enough as a very cheap like gear check that you would just play it anyway, but it also happens to be something that like in certain matchups you're
I will not res this.
Exactly. Like I mean that's one of my favorite things that NSG's have been doing with ice. Is like there's a lot of ice that's like this isn't just can I afford it? It's is this the right tactical moment to deploy this ice?
I think that's great. I think people are going to get blown out by this because you're going to be playing around with viruses and suddenly the ice gets res and it's this. Maybe this is not even the worst thing to res into viruses. Like I think still a hammer.
Because like because this will end the run and what else bad can happen to you? You just, like Mavirus when they're about to hit a hammer, like you said, or something like that can be devastating. But
but this is cool. This is very, very quite cool, quite playable. It's going to be very hard to figure out how good this is. Like again, without Amakua, I think I can play 0 cost dice or 0 strength dice. I think this is a banger. This is a banger.
Was you saying like Fly Swatter is so important for startup, which is why I'm glad it's in the startup article.
Very,
no conduit tech, being able to put this on R&D will help a ton. Okay, I want to imagine a scenario.
Yeah.
They have like Unity and conduit. This is the only ice on R&D and it's face down.
Yeah.
At what run do you res it?
The 3rd run.
Okay.
Yeah, the 3rd run. You have to let a couple accesses in.
I think you do, yeah.
Because you want to res on the last run. Because no matter what, they're going to steal stuff. But you want to be able to like fix it next turn. And then they have to spend more to see nothing. Like yeah.
I think if they're going to run 4 times, you do it on the 4th one.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could do it on the 3rd one. 3rd one's fine too.
3rd one's probably fine
because if they run back, they get a counter, and that feels like a waste of their time. And then you just put a better piece ice. But yeah, I think that's a good shout out, specifically in startup where purging is very, very expensive and conduit is very, very good.
Yeah,
this is definitely worth
giving them a virus type thing is very helpful.
Again, people are shouting out. I don't know also whether you play Brasilia with this in some matchups. That might be fine.
Yeah, de-resing it's going to be
fine.
Maybe interesting. It depends on the matchup. Like it's no gatekeeper where
no, but like de-resing magnets in that matchup is also pretty good.
Yeah.
What is that at the bottom, Lucille? Looking beyond elevation, is this what we're talking about?
Oh, this is actually very interesting.
You also want to take a quick moment to mention plans for a future rotation. We plan to rotate the Liberation cycle from the startup card pool with the next major set release after elevation. There are a variety of reasons for this. Wait, we plan to rotate the Liberation cycle from startup card pool with the next major set release.
Right. Normally it would be Liberation plus the next half a set or whatever. Yeah.
So startup is going to get smaller.
Yeah.
There are a variety of reasons for this. We believe that startup should be a celebration of the latest set, and even if the next set after Elevation were to release this year, it would mean that the Automata initiative will have been startup legal for over 2 years. That is
a lot of Arizona
longer
dominant
than we would like for a
Yeah.
format that historically has been aggressive with rotating sets. We are making this announcement prior to the release of Elevation so that newer players can be aware of an earlier than expected rotation. That sounds cool to me.
I think this sounds really cool, and it makes me excited for, whatever startup looks like in, I don't know, 10 months.
Yeah.
or however long it takes. Like, I think that'd be pretty cool. I like a smaller set.
Yeah.
That's one reason I'm kind of looking forward to just deck building with a Gateway Elevation.
That's the thing. Is like, man, we have so many big like startup friends, and this is the thing that I'm really interested to see what the future startup looks like. In a future where I'm like not super, obviously positive about recommending Liberation to newer players, I think a lot of people's smaller card pool format that they'll go out to participate in their first organized play will probably be core. It'll be Elevation plus Gateway. And then from that point on, the jump to startup versus the jump to standard is like a 200 card difference.
Yeah.
It is. If you just care about one faction, that is literally like 24 more cards. Not even. Like that doesn't seem like that big of a jump. Maybe I'm jaded. Like I've been playing the game for a long time.
You said something kind of weird. Like they're not 5 rings players. Like if they just care about one faction, then I would feel bad for asking them to buy $200 worth of stuff.
No, but they can print and play. They can proxy. They can do whatever they want.
True. Yeah.
No, but that's what I mean. It's like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, there's going to be a weird midpoint coming up in the future, which I think we'll have to see how that gets crossed.
Me too. Yeah, I think in op, this as a fun thing to like insta-tutor.
Yeah, in op, you'll definitely play as a 2-coster.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can grab it on so many different ways.
Exactly. You could use Movirus
to purge twice.
And grab
Why can I find Netrunner on Twitter? Housekeeping. I think they removed themselves from X, I'm guessing, after X has become what it is right now. I'm pretty sure they're not on Twitter.
I'm pretty sure that happened. Yeah, I haven't been on Twitter in a while.
Yeah, they're definitely on Mastodon and Blue Sky. But yeah,
I should update my bio on Blue Sky. Narrative director.
Oh boy.
Hey,
it doesn't purge outside of runs.
Patrick Sklar. I'm the narrative. Sorry, what was that?
No, I know it doesn't purge outside of runs. You can still move virus during a run, and you can still fire 2 Kana during a run.
Yep.
Twitter's purchased by someone who actively worked to ruin the experience of being on the platform. I feel like there's worse things to say about that guy, but yeah,
of all the things he's done, it's honestly one of his better moves. Yeah.
I don't think it'd be a lot of core set events. Part of startup is that there's just enough juice to keep it from feeling like the default format is not rotating, keep it playing engaged.
Yeah, but I'm excited to see what I'm gonna play some. I might even organize some, but I'm excited to play it before it gets solved, and I'm excited to see if it does get solved.
Yo, this scares me. I just pre-ordered yesterday. We've already received significant interest in Elevation pre-orders. Demand is very high in the current pre-order regions, US, Canada, and Australia, to the extent that we're already placed a second print run to ensure we're able to maintain stock levels.
It's going very quickly.
Yeah. Speaking of going very quickly, this is the tab I was meant to open. Worlds is like half sold out. Buy your ticket to Worlds, please.
People buy your tickets now, please.
It's been on sale for like 2 days. It's like 150 tickets are sold.
It's funny, like they advertised, or we advertised an early bird bonus, but we didn't show it, so I don't think people are buying tickets based on the early bird.
No, they are.
Are they?
100%.
People don't know what the early bird thing is.
It doesn't care. It's foil.
It's foil. Okay. It's foil.
I don't think people have to care what it is. Yeah. If you just say you're getting it altered, they're like, I'm in.
For the record, I think people are going to love it. I think it's like one of the coolest things to get a foil of, but
yeah. But if you're considering going to Worlds, grab your ticket sooner than later, because it definitely will sell out, and it'll sell out sooner than we all think it will. Orders placed this week and beyond in the US will be filled from the second printing, which we anticipate will arrive before April 24th.
Yeah.
Due to recent events in the US, there's a chance there may be delays that will affect these orders. Mind you, the US right now is pretty wild.
Yeah, recent events being tariffs and like trying to figure that stuff out, basically.
Yep.
I assume.
I can confirm that people are really into foilers. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I guess I was underestimating.
300 Worlds tickets genuinely seems like a small amount. For Europe, it might just be. For what it's worth, 300 will be the biggest Worlds.
Yeah.
Barring actually probably Magnum Opus was bigger, but it was over like many more days.
There was also that like, what is it? Atlas Obscura did an article recently about the place that Worlds is being held at. The weaving zone.
Okay.
The weave zone.
About Netrunner or about the weaving?
About the weave zone.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Is it cool?
I haven't checked it out.
World's Discord is full of people saying they jumped on the bandwagon for the foils. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
How am I not on that Discord?
Me neither. I'm not on
Discord. Yeah.
On that note, I do want to say unofficially at this point, we have gone to see the venue for Montreal Continentals, and we are signing a contract.
Yeah. Okay.
The venue is sick. It looks.
I've only seen pictures. It looks so good.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it looks really nice, especially for what we're paying for. But like just in general, a very nice looking venue.
Yeah. We'll let you know when the tickets are up for that. It looks like we're having a 3-day event, so it'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It is the 22nd to the 24th of August. This will be, well, we can say hopefully it'll be the biggest event in North America this year for Netrunner. And where cap is about 120 players. So will we sell out? I hope we will. There's a chance we will. I'll let you know as soon as tickets are out for that. We'll also have an early bird special, whether it's extra prize support, at least at a minimum, the ticket will be cheaper if you buy it earlier.
I mean, I think we can say right now, like, if you buy your tickets within the first month they're available, I will talk to you.
Oh,
I will read your name tag and I'll say hello to you and maybe I'll pronounce it correctly, but no promises.
No promises.
Yeah.
I already want plane tickets. Oh, let's go.
Nice.
I know a lot of people. I jumped into the West Coast Discord and there's like a going to Montreal sub thing on it, which is sick. 22nd to 24th of August. Yes, the dates are locked in.
I really hope a lot of people want to come. And are we aiming for 3 days?
Yeah,
we're doing 3 days.
Friday will be a side event. What side event it is, that's pending, maybe hand and brain. But it'll definitely be a side event on Friday, but then it'll be Swiss on Saturday, and then maybe some extra Swiss rounds, but not a minimum side events and top cut on Sunday. So classic structure. Again, be excited. If you want to make it up, you can start planning now.
Yeah, it'll be pretty cool.
I promise you it'll be a fantastic event. I suspect, hey Jeff, a Gateway Elevation to be a better format than Gateway Update because the update wasn't designed with startup in mind. Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. Hey, speaking of Jeff, it's that wonderful time of the year. We're back.
Daily cast time.
For those who don't know, maybe you're newer to Netrunner. Anytime there's a new set that comes out, Jeff does this daily stream called Daily Cast.
I was on day 5.
Yeah, with Jamie. Scorpion. So these are really cool. Basically, Jeff boots up every evening at the same time and then goes over the scoops from the community and from Null Signal Games, and people show up and they get to talk about their opinions. And it's some people that you know their names of that you've seen before. Some of these are NSG people, some of them are community creators, and some of them are people who don't honestly have a platform. And if you want to get involved, you can.
It's not a contest, Jai.
I will put the link in the YouTube. It'll also be right here in the chat. And basically, Jeff is looking for people who come in. Notice the new art in the background that has Jeff's face on it. We haven't seen that so far.
What is this art? How curious.
But if you want to jump in and talk about it, I promise you it's a really cool vibe. Whether you're newer to the game, everyone just wants to hear what you're excited about, talking about the upcoming cards, and Jeff will lock in. Now, this year it's a bit different. It's starting slightly later, which is maybe unfortunate for European folks to watch live. It's starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. They used to start about 5 or 6, but things are different in the Prune household at this point. So it will be later. But these are really, really fun. I joined as a guest many moons ago with you as well. I think we were on together.
That was right.
Yeah.
One of the first times I ever guested elsewhere.
Yeah, and from there, it's just been uphill.
Like now I'm narrative director. I don't know if you guys heard.
Yeah. Last year was Cato. What was Tron? Excuse me. Are we getting the annual surprise scoop while Andre's out of the room? I don't know. I think it's too early for that, if anything. And I haven't planned to get Pat back in the room. We haven't talked about doing scoops like a stream during. You haven't asked to do a stream during scoop season.
Haven't I?
You haven't.
Haven't I?
We haven't.
No, we haven't.
Jai, how did Jeff pull such a big name? Jai's card reviews of all the scoops on his channel. I've heard that Jai's doing a scoops review thing, and I think Veronica's also posting a scoops review. Is he reviewing
the scoops or reviewing the cards?
I think he's reviewing the scoops.
Okay, so like he's gonna give your video like a 7 on 10?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you deserve higher, but like
IRC last year it was Cato. I'm not sure what you mean, Tron. Last year it was I'm not sure. Why would Pat need to ask you to do scoops? Because this apartment belongs to me. And so if he just shows up, shit, Kevin, you're right. The doorbell must just go off.
Yeah. Sometimes the doorbell just gets rung 12 times.
Anyways,
every now and then I rewatch just that 5 seconds with the doorbell.
I haven't rewatched it. I need to. Anyways, I'm so excited for this. This starts on, I think it says here, I think it starts on the 8th, which will be very soon. That's this week. No, that's on Sunday. And that's going to be a recap of all the NSG stuff. And then from this point forward, the first couple days, I think, are all NSG stuff. And the back half is community.
Look at all these possible days.
This is a lot of work from Jeff and all the guests. This is always a lot of fun.
Yeah. Jeff, you're a father. You don't have to do this.
Turtle Super League.
Your child will remember this.
Too young at this point.
I remember stuff when I was
whatever. Don't.
I don't.
This is the Eternal Super League. Very important week.
Precocious. I was already a senior narrative designer when I was 2 months old.
The final leak of the Super League is on this Sunday. Okay. I will be streaming it on Eternal Super League. So for those who have been following, we have 9 players who have been playing for 9 weeks playing Eternal. Eternal is the format with all the cards, and there was a recent Eternal change list that doesn't impact the week that's going to come up on Sunday. This is a huge week. If you're going to watch 1 week, I'd recommend this week specifically because it is not exactly the finals, but it is the final week, and the result of this will crown the Eternal Super League champion. So it's not like it's just round robin. So at the end of this, whoever has the highest score. That starts at, I believe, I want to say 2 p.m. Eastern. It might be 3 p.m. I have to double check. If you hit subscribe and hit the bell, you'll know. But every week Eternal has had some really ridiculously cool games, and people go out of the way to make sure it's as approachable as possible. So it's a good time to jump in for sure.
Yeah. Also, Jeff, I don't mean to like criticize anyone's parenting. Obviously, I have no ability to do so. I slept through a lot of stuff when I was younger, and then from the age of 5, basically stopped sleeping.
To the chagrin of everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah. Check out ESL this weekend. It's gonna be great. Apex got an Eternal W. Yeah. Who's playing Apex? Is it Arbiter? I need to catch up on last week's. I've only seen half of it.
Ugly wheel.
You want to spin the wheel?
Wheel.
Hit it.
Okay, how do I do it?
You should hit the spin button in the middle, I think. Cool.
Come on, big money.
What do you
big
want?
Money, big money. HB.
This is perfect because Axu is not here. Anarch.
I wanted Anarch.
All right.
Secretly.
To do a quick recap, so far from what we've seen at the rotation wheel, basically we're going to go through the card pool and talk about all the cards that rotate and how that changes our perceived the faction. Currently, we've gone through a bunch of the factions. Right now, we'll redo Wayland, but Wayland seems gutted. Basically, all the corps seem kind of effed up, and the runners have been like pretty good.
The runners are mostly making out of it okay. Like I've gone through some of the decks I've built recently, just
and they're fine.
Like yeah, this is easy. Like this is a quick swap.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll see what this looks like on the Anarch side. Very importantly, not only Anarch cards rotating matter. Sometimes a good criminal card is a good Anarch card. So with that in context, we'll go through here. Yeah,
but we're talking about Anarch specifically.
Yeah, it is a rotation wheel. That's the point. I bumped my string to the top of your messages. You're welcome. Yeah, Alicia, I saw that you did that the other day, and I was like, wait, what is this? I'm like, oh my god, that was sick because I was searching for it. That was very cool. I have 8 kids. One is named Andre. Yeah, I was keeping. Yeah, I did already have it ready though, but I appreciate it. I saw it when I was pulling it up. Okay, so these are all the cards that are rotating. Yep. Some of them are FFG cards, some of them are NSG reprints of FFG cards, but it is a lot of cards that are going. 170 runner cards. I thought that'd actually be bigger, but it's still important. So shout out whenever you see an Anarch card that you think really matters. I'm going to start here.
Labor rights.
For sure. This card is really, really important for Anarch rotation.
Yeah.
And currently the way that Anarch decks play right now are kind of very blasé, and they can rip through their deck where the price isn't. And then once they get to the bottom of their deck, they can play labor rights, so cycle back their labor rights and their simulships, and eventually they're Ashen. And this is the most frustrating recursion in the whole game.
It is. It's even recursion like with the current Anarch card, but with Steel Skin and Strike Fund, like there is some benefit. Like you can calculate, what are the chances I hit a Strike Fund? Probably good enough. I'm going to play this.
I think people who tempo out labor rights half the time are jokers. I think people who tempo out labor rights.
I do mostly agree with. I honestly do mostly agree.
I've seen some of you with labor rights and it does nothing.
When it works, I'm like, god damn it! I wish it didn't work so well.
I do think there's certain board states where you can look at your deck and be like, I know I have 3 Steel Skins, 2 Strike Funds, I rip it. But people who often labor rights on like turn 2 or 3, I'm not convinced it's correct. I might be wrong, but it feels like shuffling around cards. It feels like you're doing something. You can just click to draw. It's usually the same.
I'll miss Guinea Pig. I always thought Guinea Pig and Divide and Conquer are both kind of cool cards.
Yeah,
but
I want to be very clear. We're not going to stop on all these cards because there's too many cards.
But there's just some cards we like and some cards that are actually meaningful.
Exactly. Yeah, Contaminate maybe one day would be good. But labor rights going is actually really, really important. And I think now understanding what it takes for people to play Ashen Epilogue comfortably is going to be a very, very big, hard choice.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance people will Katurga Breakout for it, but it's still cards that you have to keep in your hand. I think we're no longer going to have infinite recursion. So maybe you just play 2 Ashens and hope for the best.
Yep.
I don't know. Play 2 Ashens, 1 Katurga, something like that.
All right.
Divide and Conquer does see play in a lot of like weird niche decks.
Yeah. Mining Accent has seen some resurgence. I still like it.
Now,
not Gree banned, of course.
Mostly also a criminal thing. So not so much. I haven't seen Mining Accent in Anarch, but that's a very fun aggressive criminal card. Not Gree's been banned for a while. I'm gonna miss Patchwork dearly.
Sure.
We don't see a lot of it, but it's one of the most fun Netrunner cards in the whole game. So it's a bummer. Not a lot of people play it, but just like a really fun card. Man, for cards that don't have an impact now, Hippo used to be such a nightmare.
Honestly, Zero was too. Wasn't Zero banned at one point?
Yes, but Zero was banned alongside like Clan Vengeance stuff.
Oh, true. Yeah, taking damage to yourself.
Yes.
And then,
Which like if you watch on the weekend ESL, you see Zero and Clan Vengeance in a lot of places. But this used to be like the strongest ice destruction card. And I don't know what happened. We got to a point where like apparently we're breaking ice cheaply enough that you don't even need to pursue ice destruction.
Yeah.
I think Sokka's winning worlds deck from 20 Barcelona had 1 Hippo in it, maybe. But no, probably not actually. I think it was on Turbine.
Ma, Not sad to see that go.
Rotating Patrick shrinks the rules FAQ by 50%. Hey, Alex, is like running that 3x mining accident RE deck. That's a fun time. Yeah, this is fun in RE. You're right, because you can use that, and even in AS also very fun because you can use it with all your installed during run stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
Ma,
Never liked it.
Love
Let's
it.
see go.
Very fun. Sad to see it go. All right, IDs.
Freedom
Going.
Freedom really sad. Freedom is so unique.
Yes.
And interesting, and it's sad to see him go.
And it means we don't have a natural home for Virus Anarch.
Yeah, true. Virus is kind of orphaned, but I mean, every
you can
Anarch
still play
Fermenter and stuff.
You're still going to play viruses, but that means currently we have no ID that is the virus home. If I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I think Kessel is a really cool character, and Rain Row is a cool character, but they, barring the Lifeline and the decklist of the week, like these haven't been very relevant, and neither have these. But Alice is fun. Yeah,
Alice was fun.
So many less game losses. Yeah, mod does give you game losses. Unfortunately,
Clot more important for other factions, more important for Shaper.
I'm convinced there needs to be a card like this in the upcoming set. I feel like if Fast Advance is untouched, I don't know what other pressures we have in a world without Clot and a world without Imp.
It will feel weird for there to be Fast Advance and not have a way to counter it.
Yes,
without just like draining cash if you can.
And wildly, even when Clot was around, we usually had 2 or 3 cards, as much as only one of them was playable, that interacted positively with Fast Advance. And currently, I think we have F all once Clot goes. That's a really weird thing to keep in mind.
Yeah,
this is the thing that I've learned that I should have always done, and I've never done, is whenever I think of something and be like, oh, that's probably going to be important, I should write this down to check about this, or like force the issue to see if it's a problem, and I forget to do it. Like when they changed the swap his install rule, like how does that break in Eternal? Did not write it down, did not check in it, turns out it's broken. So keep that in mind, that there might not be a good way to interact with this. I mean, the FA tools that would exist, like Holloman and Slash and Burn, they're not that frequent, and I guess Bass. I think we've seen a couple of Fast Advance tools already. Like Top Down is a Fast Advance tool with Bass.
Top Down kind of feels like
and Holloman. Like
you can install the agenda and Bass at the same time.
Yeah,
that's
we're losing Audacity. We have shipment from the Disperse. We have the business as usual. Like there's a couple more things than I think we think there are, but it's not like we lose Biotic. So I don't know. Somewhere in the middle though. Sorry, I just missed a message from Nugas. We in Europe got so widely gatekept out of the game because of the shop failure. I've lost so many motivated players on the road because of the year without the opportunity to purchase cards.
It's really sad. Ouch. I'm glad the shop is like getting up and running, and they have like a new third party distributor. I think I'm excited.
That's what it's working towards.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Europe resurgence in Europe Netrunner players, and I really hope we see it.
Yeah, Worlds in Europe obviously is like hella hype, but I agree. The situation with the store. Obviously, I have nothing to do with it, but like nobody's happy with the way it is, and I'm sorry that your community had to deal with it like that. Were you there when we realized access with a virus with Helia instant means that Maw rules still matter? Yes, yeah. So you know the
accesses of a virus with Helia.
So check this out.
Oh, Helianthra installed.
Yes.
What?
So Maw is the only card in the game that requires you to bring a die. Because when you when you run an HQ card, the card that you trash can equally likely be the card you're accessing.
Right, but you're not allowed to choose that. Or
So everyone is hoping that when Maw rotates, we won't have that problem again, but we do. Because if you hit a virus while you have a Helianthra installed, and the corporation fires the virus to purge, they have to trash 2 random cards on an HQ, which could include the virus. So you need the dice again. Technically, if you have a virus in your deck, you need to break a dice. Great. Very good.
Cool. Imp.
This is very, very important.
Imp is the most important Anarch card we're losing.
Maybe. Yep. I think Labor Rates is more important, but this is more important for an archetype.
Yeah.
Every Anarch plays Labor Rates. Not every Anarch plays it.
True. But Imp does something so unique. And yes, I'm ignoring Carnivore.
Yeah.
But Imp has just been so important for so many different archetypes throughout the entire game's lifespan. It's really strange to see it go and not have that effect exist. Again, I'm intentionally ignoring Carnivore, but
not every Anarch plays Labor Rates. Just about. I would think it's it's way more than Imp, but I think just about every Anarch plays Labor Rates.
Yeah.
Some fun cards here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Liberated accounts, classic econ.
Hasn't been really relevant. Some decks have been sneaking one of these. This used to be a 3 of in a lot of Anarch decks. It also used to be a joke card.
Yeah.
In the early part of Netrunner, this was a legal card and nobody played it. Eventually, people were like, "No, that's good enough." And now it became very good enough. And now it seems a bit too slow.
Maybe you put it on a supplier.
Yeah. Hey, Cror. No, I know Solomir's been playing Carnivore, which is really, really cool. Carnivore's time to shine is coming /as. Scrubber going. So we don't see a lot of Scrubber. But this is just a reminder that almost every card in the format that trashes cards or gives you credits to trash cards is leaving the format.
Yep.
I am worried that the very powerful HB asset strategy of like Wage Worker, Prototype, Warm Reception.
It will need something to counter it. Or you think without anything to counter it, like it will just get toxic and everywhere.
Yeah, it seems rough. So I don't know what to do about that, but I do think assets are something to watch out for in the new set.
Yep.
None of this really matters. This is one of the fastest bans in the history of the game, and that is the Anarch cards. And speaking of the Anarch cards, it's not that big. I think Labor Rights and Imp are the two big ones.
Counter surveillance, I guess, was not as big.
Counter surveillance matters.
That's maybe in more in Crim.
That matters for other stuff. Yeah, this is a really cool card. Early Netrunner Lib accounts was bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad, but Anarch was bad in general. But this didn't see a lot of play.
Yeah.
All right, if you look at some criminal cards really do actually matter for Anarchs. Mostly going to be Amakua and like Aeneas maybe. Okay. All right. Doof matters, not for Anarch really.
Yeah,
Amakua matters a lot. There is a whole subsection of very powerful Anarch decks that are just running Leech, Amakua, and Ice Destruction. And if they don't have that breaker, the question is, if you play that same deck, what is your breaker?
Yeah.
Like, the thing with Amakua is that if there's no ice, you can face check into everything, you break everything cheaply. I actually think Amakua is probably the biggest runner card in the whole rotation, because this means so much to so many identities, for Criminal, for Anarch, not for Shaper.
It really does. It is such a fundamental piece of so many different decks, or it's just an extra card that's still very good. Man, I'm gonna miss it so much, because like having a card that is all on its own, the push your luck, purge, no purge kind of game, like that exists entirely within Amakua, and I think that's so cool. Even
like with the card that we saw earlier, name a card that wants you to run all the time. Like, this is the best card in the game to make you run as much as a lot of the run payoffs want to make you run. Right? Like the fact that Amakua runs Archives and gets a Leech counter, heaven forbid a Penny Shaver. Like, these are the sort of, like, I don't think there's a card in the game that wants me to run as much as this, besides World Tree, right? Like, I don't get it. I don't fully understand it. Amakua itself was just a really well-made program, encouraged running a lot. I agree, and I think it's so fun. Admittedly, Amakua is overbearing, and if we had one or two more cards that could maybe purge in some way that doesn't feel awful, and notably, like, Amakua interacts really weirdly with Fly Swatter, because you can always get through the Fly Swatter.
That is kind of funny thing with Amakua and Fly Swatter. Like,
but you also don't get blown out, which is kind of cool. So, like, it feels reasonably fair on both sides. Like, still getting a purging at the Amakua is still bad for the Amakua, but the Amakua can just sail through the Fly Swatter.
We're forgetting about Side Hustle, of course. Side Hustle makes you want to run.
Yeah, no, that's the one I mean. It's like, how do you play Side Hustle when you need to run 5 times? Amakua wants you to run 5 times. Seb rotates with Hot Pursuit. Yes. I think there's a chance that we get an account siphon that would maybe make Seb a bit better, but like, it needs to give a tag, and Doof doesn't. So if that happens, we have a shot. Misspellings rotating hurts everyone. Anarch somewhat, but more so.
I feel like I saw less in Anarch than anywhere else, but
yeah. Aeneas, sometimes.
Sure, okay. Yeah, sometimes.
With Amakua, but not huge. Waking Plant and Conduit, I guess. Yeah, but I don't know. Diesel, shout out as a card that just shows up in Anarch decks because it's totally fine. This is rotating. So like, I don't think you have struggled to get draw options in Anarch. Right now, people are like very enjoying Lagu. They're very much enjoying
we passed over Legwork. I think Legwork was seeing some play in like an Essa deck or something.
I think Legwork shows up as a one of an Essa deck, but modernly people play Copulation and it's just better.
Copulation is just better.
It's just better. Yeah. Did we miss Hot Pursuit for Seb? Yeah, we did. Yeah, I think Hot Pursuit is very important for Seb.
Yeah.
I think without Hot Pursuit, I don't have a big reason to play Seb. I think you need a good reason to run and make tags at the same time. None of this matters.
Yeah, I'm looking.
No. A lot of hardware. Steve rotated going along with Labor Rights and Recursion. Yes. DJ going, Steve going at the same time. Lamb actually does matter for Essa.
That's true. Yeah, there's the Lamb Begamot combo.
No, it's good. It's very good for
Turn
Essa.
Into a barrier and Begamot breaks it super efficiently.
Don't have to work a bit harder. That's for sure. Not every Essa deck plays this, but it's very good in Essa decks. That's for sure. Dirty Laundry is a good card for Hoshiko. You want to touch a card. I
think Sabotage with Mad Dash.
Yeah, Mad Dash should be one of the most important cards. We just haven't seen it in a long time, but this has been one of the most important cards in the history of Netrunner. Modernly, it sees no play. But yeah.
Earthrise, of course, important, but
not so much for Anarch. Unless you're playing like Alice or something. And then finally Consume, but alongside Freedom all at the same time might matter less and less. I don't think it's huge. I think it's like losing 2.5 really important cards. It's so different. It's so different. My dash was super important to close out games. It was really much more important in like 6 3-point agenda land, which we're not luckily in that meta, and we haven't been in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Global Food Initiative land as well. Like there was a lot of metas where Mad Dash was one of the best things you could add to your deck. It's just currently that's not the case. There's like one Mad Dash per tournament, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Mulch gets hard to play without an imp and LR, 100%. I think that's going to be a really big deal. It's like understanding, can you play Virus, push yourself forward Anarchs, or do you just play value moshing Anarchs?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you just do the former instead, and you just don't mess with viruses at all.
We'll see.
You ready? Patrick, you want to explain the rules real quick?
I'd love to. This is a casual 2v2 Netrunner variant using one runner deck and one corp deck. Just like a typical game of 1v1 Netrunner. It's inspired by chess
You don't
variant.
have to read it. You can just like recap it. You can read it if you want.
One person is the hand and one person is the brain.
Yeah.
They both play on one side of the table versus an opponent.
Is this the best you can do? I feel like you're not doing a good job.
Well, I mean, all my job points went into being a narrative director.
I'm sorry. Narrate. Is that what you do? You just read?
Yeah, I just read.
Yeah.
The brain tells the hand what to do. And
Yeah.
while the hand is doing stuff, the brain cannot change or make suggestions or talk at all about what the hand is doing.
Okay. So we've queued up a deck already. This is the deck that we think closely you've played at things.
Yeah.
This is your version of Op, which has 21 agenda points and a Reaper function in it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
But it is otherwise a cromulent Op deck.
Okay. So I'm going to be the brain for this one.
Okay. You want to be the brain? I think that makes sense.
I think for this one it's funnier if I'm the brain. Yeah.
I think they're both very funny. That's the cool thing.
Yeah. That's
they're
true,
actually, there's like
Okay.
no option that's not very, very funny. This is a fun format. I'm still 0-4. I'm 1-0, but I've only been playing with world champs. Also, I've only been playing with people.
Yeah,
named
Bill,
Patrick.
this is going to like tear us apart.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be really great.
Mhm.
Thank
Thank you, Justin.
Sorry, you said your brain?
I'm brain, your hand.
Great. Okay. I feel like we should switch. No, I can just hold the mouse keyboard here. We're fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Import deck. No. Corp deck. What is it called?
Patrick's greatest deck.
Is this deck good? How good do you think this deck is? Just so that people don't think this is the best deck in the world and I flip it, or vice
Objectively,
versa.
it's not good.
Why?
Because it's just the least optimal possible op deck. It's not. I don't know what you want me to say. Like people have made good.
Where do you struggle
smart,
at? Like
intelligent op
in
decks,
games,
and this is not it.
Do you get locked out? Do you not ice up? Like, what is the failure point of this deck that we have to watch out for? I'm not trying to roast you. I just want to know what are we watching
The
out
thing
for?
is, I win more often than I lose. Like,
Okay,
it's
so
hard
I don't know.
hard for me to point out like what the failure point is because I do win with it.
Okay, so you're telling me I'm the hand.
You're the hand.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
I'll get this. If you want to play against us hands and brain, you can. We're trying to keep the same speed.
All right, Tron.
But otherwise, we're gonna go.
Yeah, I've got Kimberlitter. I'm a big Kimberlite fan.
You tried Kimberlite at the event and you didn't know the text on it, and I'm so glad I caught you. You're like trying to trash a 5-cost card. I'm like, Pat, you can't do that.
Oh, okay, well, no, it was Carmen that
Which you thought was a 3-cost card.
I thought Carmen was a 3-cost card. That was
so weird.
That's so embarrassing.
All right, we're playing against ads. You decide the mulligan.
Keep.
I'm not used to shutting up. I have to shut up now. So Pat, you have to narrate more than I do.
Okay. Install. Install.
Unknown game prompt server -1?
What is that?
I have a vine now. That's weird.
Is that a Fanuca thing?
Yeah, no. So what's really funny is if you want me to install, I could put out the Rashida first, and then you'd be like, shit, I have to put ice on top of it. Like I can force you to do my play pattern.
Yeah. We can.
Yeah.
We have a sub game going here.
It is actually really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That like if I want to force an agenda, I can install a naked agenda. And you're like, shit, I didn't want you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to, you basically have to make me put ice there. All right, Tron is doing ad stuff. So class act came down cheaply. We did some draw on it. Did the draw happen first? No, that was the right order. Masterworks down. Tron's bankrupt though.
Do I have to say res?
Yes, that's how to run.
You
say res the Rashida?
Please.
Do you want me to fire it?
Wait, do I say res the Rashida or just say
res Rashida?
Fire it.
Okay.
No, not this time. Install.
If you want me to res it, you have to say it. Unless it's during a run. Hey D.
Play operation. Play operation. Sorry, I shouldn't be like covering my mouth. Install. What is that?
It's new. I don't know.
Hmm.
We love combative attitudes towards team games. It's fun. I don't like that we're leaving our ID open with 21 points in it. I shouldn't say that out loud.
I said, okay. I'm already angry. Hmm.
I think Tron's doing things. What a warm reception. Yeah, so in theory, during a run, I could Schuster as a spin doctor because that's the only time I can do it. Otherwise, you have to tell me. But if it's during a run, I'm allowed to do things. Anything you want, Captain?
Res wall to wall, please. It's kind of like, have we ever played Captain Sonar together?
No, we haven't played it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start turn. So how much of this do I choose?
It's not during runs, all you.
Gain credit. Oh, I should start with draw card. Let's do draw card.
Yeah.
Place an advanced counter on a piece of ice. It's my choice.
It's not during run.
Border control. Install. Install. Operation.
I think you decide this.
I feel like you should decide.
Okay. You decide this.
Yes. Rashida. Server 1, please.
That turn became good. It was starting to be like, I don't want to do any of this. And then it was like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Rahid, correct us if you think we're doing the rules wrong, because I'm not 100% sure who should be doing the timing on each of these. Oh, that's not good. Oh yeah, this is a very greedy ass deck.
Start turn. Am I forgetting how Rashida works?
No, I forgot. I thought she wasn't rezzed.
Okay. Mandatory draw. Yes, Rashida. No. Install. Install. Install.
Were you happy with that?
I'm
Was
not
that
allowed,
your perfect turn?
Am I allowed to say?
You can tell me.
I'm not going to say. Wait, you're the hint.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to raise that. Get out. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I should have waited because in theory Tron can like boomerang that with proc, but like, come on. Do you know how like one player just forgetting how a card a timing instruction, it makes you really stressed too. Like that's a big thing. It's like you actually get stressed out that you're messing up your friend's game and vice versa, like for either of us.
Yeah, that's how I feel about life, and now I also feel about it in a game of Netrunner.
Oh, it was a boomerang.
Okay. Yeah, Andre picks what to extract. Pat gets the op.
Yeah, I thought so. So
Okay.
because I played the operation. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
So this is happening.
Window just whistled at us.
So we just know this is on top. He doesn't have the money.
Okay.
This deck will probably have a Simon chip. Oh, nice. Anything?
No reses.
Sure.
So I say res the Hallman. Please click the Hallman. Advance. Advance. Score. Do I pick? I think of Unity.
Could have asked him if he wanted to pop the bankroll.
Cheeky.
We're bankrupt.
Not my choice.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, I was waiting for Tron. We're financially ruined. We're gonna lose a Hollow Man. It's actually worse if Tron goes for an Axis here. So there's gonna be boomeranged. You do have to break all 3 subroutines though. They're all relevant. I don't know why we res 2 Sandstone. Because this rig otherwise makes too much value off of successful runs. We could have mathed it out what we need to res all this, but it makes so much money off successful runs on Central specifically because Chesva. You can boost the Duck the Doof. Yeah, I'd rather actually not. Oh, that's interesting. Which one is this? Which one is this? This is Trash a Program? Yeah, do we boost it just so that he goes for an Axis?
Yeah, that sounds good, actually. Trash a Chesva, that's gonna be a lot of value.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not my decision. But
I feel like the Archives was not worth it. We have to make it, otherwise every run as gets all these free triggers. This Dexlon's a neat chip too. Chesva's worth more than Bankroll, right? Oh yeah, sorry. Nice.
Cool.
Trey's so cool. All right, Miss Bones is gonna take this down. If I wanted to res a Spin Doctor because I want to do it and you were not doing it, I could do it here. They're all get mixed up. That's the problem. Is I don't know if we can do Hand and Brain as this, what's it called, team tournament, because the rules enforcement is very, very hard.
I'm thinking. Yeah, let's start turn. Install. Credit. Enter.
Ace good line. I don't know if Tron's gonna have recursion. It just gets where he to stand and watch every game. Yeah, it's really, really difficult.
Ugh, gross.
No, it's fine.
Oh yeah.
Please no. You make a 3v3 team turn by adding a mouth to your side. Yeah, we really need to stop this because it stops bankroll. We can also return this to our hand.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't talk to you, sorry. Fuck your successful runs. We need that. Captain?
Start turn, please. No. Huh.
Your snares always make me the mouth. Hey, Eric, we're like a couple turns in. It's going okay.
Credit.
That's an easy turn.
Credit.
I decided to discards.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Probably the hedge fund is better. Because I don't think this deck can deal with envelopment.
Eric, it's going weirdly.
I'm forgetting I have to shut up, and that's been hard.
You know how people like tune in to hear us talk things
I know. Like two people are stressed. Anything you want to do?
Absolutely not. Whoa. Actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter right now. Start turn. No.
It does matter because you can draw it. I was just gonna say. It's fine. We keep the virus. But yeah, it does matter if you exactly draw it.
The one thing they didn't want to happen.
Very funny.
Yeah, for the record, for everyone watching, of course, I was hoping to pop the virus to get Regulus, but didn't think it mattered when I did it.
It does matter. I can't talk.
Yeah, it does
I
matter.
can't believe that. That was very unlikely. What do you want to do, Captain? Yelling at my TV.
I'm thinking.
It's like the lily pad problem.
Install. Res. Regulus. Click Regulus. Click Regulus.
Good turn, bro.
One of our better turns.
Yeah. Thing is, I'm in charge of grabbing a Managarm with this. I have to remember to do it if it's during a run.
Grabbing a Managarm with Oh,
A
with
virus.
the virus. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I thought you were looking at Regoth. Yeah.
I don't know if we do it on this run. Is this a bounce? The crew pier? When did the crew pier come down? Oh, okay. We're just bouncing. This will be pretty good to Stavka at some point. A heart. Yeah, I think the same the map will be fine. The hollow is still in the bin though. Start turn? Or you want to do anything?
Nothing to do.
Descent?
Nope. Click Regoth. Click Regoth. Operation.
I don't like that turn. We need to do something. We can't just sit here and make money.
Excuse me, are you
Sorry,
are you
having
having
Oh wait, he's running.
are you having an opinion?
Let me wait to shit talk once he buy events.
Okay, no, he's running.
Yeah, now we can shit talk, yeah. I don't know. We have to develop the board state. Look how greedy this deck is. If we sit there gaining credits, it's just not enough. We have to make plays. Backseat, yeah. Hands should remain quiet. I'm sorry, Crow. I'll shut up.
Backseat handing. Takes me back. Seat.
Do we pop a Managarm here? Do I pop a Managarm here? It's annoying.
Hands should be seen but not heard.
I think the Managarm is more important for anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, this hand is kind of chatty. No one said talk to the hand.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Time to spin back Holloman? Yeah, maybe, but it's not my choice. Brain gets all the glory. Hand gets all the blame usually. The hand did it wrong. The brain just thought of a wrong idea.
All right.
What could this possibly cost?
It feels like an inefficient use of bravado, but I mean, they'll make money back. It's fine.
This is the only Kogate? For 2? Sir, you know the list. Whatever.
During a run. Can't really talk during a run. No?
Oh, man, we had so many better plays.
Whose fault is that?
Fuck.
Sir?
Sir?
No. Click Regoth. Tithe. I guess I choose so.
Mm-hmm.
R&D.
Yeah, I'm not going for the Managarm because Descent border control. We know the Tron can't deal with the Descent easily, so Boomerang gets beat by border control. We should be okay.
Install.
Hold on. I'm thinking. Install. I mean, everything's installable. So somehow I'm upset about this. Literally 5 installables. I'm like, really? On this board state? The fuck am I meant to be doing? What's up, brain?
Install.
Wrapped up recording a little podcast. There's a lot of content to be made, that's for sure. This might be bad for us. This is bad for us. I think this is really quite bad for us.
I wish I could. I'm not allowed to use my hands, Meteor. Andre, can you put your hand on my forehead? What a fool.
Nobody does that.
You see a trailer from New Naked Gun Commit today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen a full naked gun. I've only seen clips. Oh, hold on. We might pop that. Sorry. I might just crack that for Kuru. When is Kuru? When you break or fire? Oh, fully breaks. Oh, never mind. Wait, you still just break. I can't stop you from getting the counter without you having to pay 2, right? Yeah, that's fine though. Yeah, so here we either grab the Mana Garden, which we can, so we have to Boomerang for a Code Gate. So I'm going to just go get a Code Gate. And hope there's not a second Boomerang in hand, which seems pretty likely that there is. I think we're cooked. I think we waited a bit too long. Tron has 12 cards left in the deck. 2 Code Gate Server. Actually, 2 Code Gate Server is really hard.
You can no longer talk.
Sorry.
Neon Static, Eric hinting that there's a special podcast episode coming out soon.
It's spoiler season.
There's a few podcasts being recorded.
Yeah.
These
QTM
days.
dropped a podcast. It's been years since QTM has done any content. Wait,
when we needed them most, they finally returned.
That's sick. It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm. All right, bankroll.
Let me boost one of these trays. Is there another Hollow Man in the deck? No.
Oops.
That's bad for us. Sir.
Yeah, start turn. No. Vance. Install.
I should install the top of this.
What
the fuck advance, install. You monkey.
You fool.
Oh boy.
Advance. Horse be dead.
I think Toronto went up Centrals. Yeah, that's how we lose. There's not much we can do about it.
Yep.
We can always put virus for a Managram at the last minute. Just throw 4 cards to throw an agenda away. Just extract the Winchester.
Yeah.
Oh. We're out of MU. Yeah, we're gonna lose to the Wake. We need a Code Gate here. Oh, sorry, I wasn't during a run. Ended the run. You technically win next turn? I don't think so. Okay, boss. Anything we want to do?
Okay. I'm thinking. 11 credits?
Mm-hmm.
We don't actually need that. What am I allowed to say out loud right now?
Anything.
Okay, we don't actually need the...
No, actually, shut up. You're right.
Right? Like yeah. Let's start turn. Let's just start the turn. It's just no. How about advance?
I wish you had advanceable ice just so it could be annoying.
How about advance? I think we'll score this one.
What are you trashing? Or your order?
Let's do Kimberlite first.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hover your cursor
Sorry.
over the obvious target.
Sorry.
Let's trash the... I think the Sandstone on Archives. Yes. Yeah. But where? I don't know.
We got the tour.
Let's do R&D. Trash Kripra.
You say that's so weird. Takana.
Yeah, now Ducana. Minecraft. We could do it. I've got so many installed cards. Anvil is not. Anvil actually grows out.
Yeah, Anvil's bad.
Quite a bit right now. Let's just put Afshar on HQ. Let's keep it simple.
1 click left, Captain.
1 click left, huh? Let's play an operation.
Really? Okay. Really? Yeah, I would have played that line differently. We could talk about it. That's really interesting.
Okay.
Arzan wants dibs for the next game. Play against Arzan? Yeah, we'll take on the world champ. Yeah, that'll be that'll be a good fight.
Yeah.
Kat, you really want that win, huh? Purge? Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Damn right.
This doesn't do anything, does it? No.
It might.
So see you open up archives.
No, I'm aware. I'm aware of what I've done.
See you gave a magnum opus over there.
Kind of aware of what I'm doing over here. Fine. See, it's no longer a magnum opus.
Okay. I have a 0% win rate, a hand and brain. Those Cat's fault. Anything you want to do there, boss? There is a winning line.
There is a winning line potentially.
Yeah.
We are going to res Spin Doctor.
Yeah.
We're going to
please win the game.
we're going to pop Spin Doctor, and we're going to shuffle in Holloman and say border control. We're going to res my virus. I'm going to use my purge.
Oh, you learned. That's sick.
Install Hollow Man into that rote.
Yeah.
Start turn. No, we'll resolve none of these triggers. We will install. We will use Hollow Man. Okay.
And the second one?
Okay.
What?
What?
What's happening? It's prognostic into prognostic into
yeah.
master again. Over
That's
action.
Pretty cute.
Oh, sorry. It's not my turn. Captain?
Advance. And note score.
What are you trashing?
Ooh, what am I trashing? Let's trash the tithe.
Nice. Yeah?
I think no.
Okay. Hey, we got
We
there.
both used one hand.
Yeah, that's perfect. Hey, GG. Yeah, I think on the last turn, I think Tron was goofed. The killing was good. I think we just put a board control in R&D so there's no shot because we have nothing in HQ. The only weird play is like if Tron forces the Spin Doctor and then runs HQ, but Tron still needs 2 agendas.
Yeah,
that was good. That actually worked out well. Thanks again. Are you memeing on Scrubs now? I don't know Scrubs. I think you've watched a lot of Scrubs. I've never watched Scrubs.
Wait, are we talking about Scrubs or are we talking about like people who are new or people who aren't like good at the game?
I'm assuming maybe we're talking about the show Scrubs with that guy in it and the other guy.
Donald Faison. I did like Scrubs a lot. It's a show that I insist only had 5 seasons, 4 of which were good.
I think Brain only doing click actions is more fun because it's so much more chaotic. Yeah, I agree. I think we need to make it harder where now one person can do like all the op triggers at once. I had inside job but couldn't find my other boomerang. Oh, sick, Tron. Yeah, that's why I think we need to get a what's it called here? A boarding control, or we need to get a boarding control here because you definitely can't get through 3, but inside job into the inmost
inside job boomerang can get into most things.
Which is where like the boarding control here is really good because then there's no shot that he can run R&D. That was cool. Bottom 2 cards, yeah. It's hard to divide on the corpse side than the runner. Yeah, that's for sure. The runner side is also a lot harder because make a run is a really hard thing to do, but install a card, like there's only so many things that are really bad for me to do, but in make a run, there's a lot of bad things a runner can do themselves.
That was interesting.
Isn't that cool?
It is interesting. I mean, when we play together on JNet like this, people like, but no, I shouldn't say what people are expecting. Like this was fun. I'm sure it was fun to watch because we're both very fun people to watch. But I do enjoy talking out loud.
Me too.
And learning from the game.
Yeah. But what's really cool is that this is actually a really cool thing to learn the game with too. Because, well, obviously you have to talk about it, but like seeing what someone tells you to do and then like talking about it after is a nice way to learn. Like how does someone play the same exact hand? It's technically less good than if you just play 2-player like we normally do, but you know what I mean? Alex and Kat, you ready?
Well, what is, I think, not install advancing the Kimberlite? Because we did install Advance Kimberlite, didn't we?
We installed the Kimberlite, and next turn we did Advance. I was going to go for a Holloman grab. I would have like Spin Doctor Mavirus Holloman. You manually advanced it, which was fine. It worked out okay.
Yeah.
The remote server was relatively safe. Yeah. Can you make player views visible so Cat can join with runner view? Oh yeah, okay. I'll put a password on though, just for the sake. The password is Alex. We'll do spectators. But then Cat's gonna see our hand. Wait, but then Cat's gonna see our hand. Wait, what the heck, Alex?
Well, hang on a goddamn second.
Hang on a minute
hang
there.
Hang on a second,
before
Alex,
Cat bamboozles us.
Second. You can't just come in here.
Wait a second, Cat.
It's not even our first rodeo.
But it's
not even our first Calgary Stampede.
There's a new feature.
Oh, there's always a new feature.
You can watch from runner POV. So do I have to do anything or no? Cat, I swear, you look at my cards.
Oh.
You can join with one of the two PVs as spectators. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay. We'll figure it out. Okay. Otherwise, you can just like get on a Discord call and like screen share. That's how we did in Bears. I don't remember. All right, Cat's in.
Okay.
You made this deck as a dog shit hand. All right, I'm Brain.
Are you Brain?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, oh yeah, no mouse. Only microphone, no mouse. I feel like we should switch sides. No.
That'd
just
be too weird.
pull this in more. Pull this in more. Well, again, this is garbage. It's not better. Cat also allowed us to set their agenda points to 7 at runners rooted in consent.
Mm-hmm.
When are we getting hand and brain turmoil? I think we're going to do that eventually, Laura, tonight. We're definitely going to do it. It's going to be a lot more fun.
Still don't
or a lot
what
of fun.
Turmoil is.
That's exactly why we should hand and brain it.
Yeah, sure.
Start game.
Okay, start
and
game.
hand says, before you start turn, fix the camera.
Where's it going? Over the card?
Every time you do it, still it looks like the first time you've used the computer.
You're not allowed to say that to me.
Every time you touch my computer, it's like the first time you've used a computer. Okay, start turn.
Okay.
We're playing as the world champ with the world champ deck. Alex, in chat, who's the hand, who's the brain? Who do I have to best in brain combat? Patrick, this fucking deck. What is
it's got like 19 ice. We can't complain.
17. Brain says draw. Install. Hey Bagels, great turn on Netrunner League last night. New players every week. Yo, let's go. When you don't like what Brain says, there's always the middle pill. Oh wow.
Not allowed to comment. Not allowed to have thoughts or feelings.
That's what we did. That's what we did. We're 2 clicks in it, and I hate you. We're 2 clicks in it, and I'm upset.
All right, 1 second.
No, you can't. We're 2 clicks in, and this is the worst. I don't know, man. Install. I'll see what you're up to. I don't fucking understand this.
All right. Let's gonna put this there.
Great. We'll see if our Sonic can deal with a single ice. I know call operation was a safe play, but I want to see what Pat intended to not have an empty sandstone, so I wanted to see what Pat was going to put behind the sandstone. Also, if you're listening, it's not a sandstone. Yeah, that's the cool thing. It's like I know I can stop the bad play by just saying operation.
Yeah.
All right, you have to ask for action. You have to do all this other stuff. It's an overclock. It's really good we threw an Ozyef on turn 1. Oh, sorry, it's a run. I could extract the sandstone. Yeah, that's true.
I could, and I will.
Or the agenda, even. Okay. You're in charge, bud.
Oh,
you're in charge. You're in charge.
Oh my God,
you're in charge.
You're absolutely right.
You're in charge. Yeah. Yeah. There goes all our money. Yep.
I mean, I understand that I'm doing this quite badly. But I'm talking like no one.
I would love the Prime Minister to come out. I want to be very clear. I know I'm doing a bad job at this. Okay. Yeah. I mean, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Counter ice.
Yeah. Arson is a good deck to play this with because you get both player a lot of agency.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Looks like we're breaking the subroutines.
Yep. They weren't expecting that.
They weren't.
Because if they face check it and we res it, we can't score it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Yeah, the rush push against Ari is not gonna be great.
Your turn.
Yeah, please. Okay. Click for credit. Play an operation.
Okay.
You're in charge now. I'll say do-op, and then you're in charge.
You say do-op, and then I'm in charge.
Yeah,
okay.
we changed the rules a bit. Fuck off. Don't you even do this the way I want it to be done. Do it right.
I've gotten so much dumber now that I'm not a brain anymore.
I know.
I don't know how to like. This is a deck that I win with so often. Yeah. Don't know how to play it anymore.
Have you opened like this before? Have you not done the classic no remote open?
Okay. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
It's funny how you can argue all these options are good.
Yeah, I mean some of them are great. I think I'm going to. We already have a lot of money. We will have a lot of money. I'm gonna do regular.
Okay. Install.
That's right. You're saying
install, please.
Okay.
Third action. Oh man.
This is server 2, right?
Yeah, unnamed game prompt. It's the last. Just read the last number.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh fuck, man. I feel like turn 1 was very bad.
It was very bad, but like they're gonna be so impressed when we recover.
Yeah. They're gonna get complacent. Like after that turn 1.
They won't know what hit them.
No, they were not expecting that. There's no chance that either player was like, there's an IZF in here. Yeah, I don't have to JNet. That new server 2 thing has only showed up recently. For a while we didn't have server numbers, so like could be worse. They're definitely arguing at this point.
Yeah, like they probably hate each other.
Oh, click for credit. That's an easy one. I really want to know who's who. Do you think you can guess whether the hand or the brain is Alex or Kat?
I mean, I'm assuming
Fuck.
Alex is the... That's too bad.
Yeah, that's too bad. Shout out to people who don't know. You pin all centros with Zaya, you get a credit. Isn't that cool?
It is cool.
Yeah.
Start turn?
Yeah, please. Operation. Install. The count the logged in's the hand for sure. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, Corey.
You're not allowed to scratch your chin.
Install. We have to look over this thing.
I'm so short. I'm so tiny.
Holy fuck. Start turn.
You're not allowed to say that.
There was not that many cards in hand. And the tree of options is only so big.
You have to be nice. Mom said it was my turn to be hand. You have to be nice to me.
You gotta ask the consent thing. Fuck. Gotta say, it's the worst playing outfit these last couple of days when I had no idea how much bad pop I had. Yeah. Oh yeah, it doesn't tell you that well, does it? There was only so many wrong options. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
They're on hush usually. What are you gonna do with this server next time?
I don't know. Have fun with it.
Oh no. We drawn through 10 cards? Yeah, they think there's an agenda in hand here. The thing is, they think the agenda's in the remote server, which I thought the agenda would be in the remote server. But it's in hand. That's nice. It's good that we have that.
They assume it's in the remote server.
I love that we're not playing cooperatively enough that we can roast each other. Because normally we can't do that. Because normally we don't pass the turn.
This is a competitive handed brain.
Yeah. Now they're trying to figure out how to get where the agenda is.
I really, but to be honest, I cannot explain how dumb I am right now.
I know. I honestly felt that way.
My intelligence has dropped so much right now.
Yes. I did feel like that last time I played hand.
So you're saying don't bring it up.
Who's a better brain and who's a better hand? It's hard to tell, honestly. We have too little data. Oh, that's cool. That's a really good choice. That's a funny choice. I don't know if the hand or the brain picked all those choices. Look, which one of us is going to get credit? Oh my god, this is so good, Pat. Your play was so fucking good. You're totally in control. I can't say shit.
Okay, but maybe I'll just say out loud to chat how funny it would be if I popped this to save the Hollow Man. Go get a 3-cost something. We haven't fired op yet this turn. they have 0, so it's not like they can trash anything, so we're good.
Oh, thank God you noticed that.
Yeah.
Idea for blind hand and brain. Brain is not allowed to look at the game state. Given a legal action, court must click for credit. Oof. Secretly brilliant turn. Low key fantastic.
That's how people will describe my narrative directorship as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't outwardly intelligent, but we could tell that
There's
there was
also
something.
vibe,
There was
yeah.
something going on there.
Start turn, no triggers. Okay. Install. The fact that you have to look over the thing makes you resemble a dog driving a car.
Oh man.
The dog is really focused. I'm trying to do a good job.
I'm trying to do such a good job. You can't be mean to me.
I'm sorry. Install a card.
Okay.
Legit. Install a card. I like what we've done. I think this is good. I'm good with this.
I don't need your commentary.
No, this is good.
When I do, okay.
I would have done this. This is good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dog trying so hard, still killing every single person in the neighborhood.
But it's impressive that the dog's getting there.
Yeah. Do you think a dog driving a car would like run right into a fire hydrant?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Let's see what happens here. This server's so confusing. I know. I think they might know what this is. Okay. So you're in control here.
Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is I mean, they still can't steal that. But I'll res this. Now it says server 2.
Yeah, weird, huh?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna res Ducana anyway, just well, I mean they can't steal it, doesn't matter.
Yeah, we did that the wrong window, but it's fine.
Yeah, true. Fair.
Pretty good.
That's fine.
Yeah, no shot. We're keeping that. That's got a lot worse for us. Now, wait, would we slow roll it? Oh, hold on. I can't talk to
Yeah,
you.
can't talk. Yeah, can't strategize.
Their start is so cursed. Okay. Very gross. How do we score it? The old-fashioned way. We're 3 points. Advance. Install.
It's my time.
I very importantly did it in that order. Wait, is that the highway on ramp? I'm going fast. Yeah, we might have a problem.
Yeah, we
here.
need a mouth.
Yeah.
Because I must scream.
Yeah. I'm terrified of a couple of things here. You have to be very clear on priority. Because priority can goof us real bad here. Ask for action. You're in control now.
I do think I'll need you to guide me on priority stuff.
Yeah. So they're, just for rule's sake, they're approaching. So they have priority. He says nothing, we have priority. Now we go to encounter. He has priority, then we have priority. Does that make sense? Okay. So now we're encountering. So he has priority. We've been getting good money. Did you fire last time through the boarding control? Did you get credit?
Yeah, I've been getting credit regularly.
Nice. Okay. So now, continue. Okay. So now he has priority. Okay. And now we have priority.
Yeah, I'm gonna think.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's.
Yo, Joel, how's it going?
Yeah, let's do a magnet. I don't know. Fine.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's good.
Mm.
Finished my D&D session.
Nice.
Hopefully it went well. You're hosting, right? You're DMing?
Are you doing your own campaign, or are you doing a adventure module?
Yeah, it was a good magnet. We didn't get hushed, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Hush would have been really bad.
Hush would have. It would have hurt.
Yeah.
It would hurt a little bit. Wouldn't have liked it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They're definitely arguing over there, and we're actually calm now. We're gonna be ahead on
We've
board.
gotten it out of our system because there's no cards in HQ.
I know. Well,
it's really made us a lot friendlier with one another.
my dad is running. It's a home created system. Super cool.
Oh, cool.
My session was canceled because of illness, so good. Sorry about that, Saran. Hopefully it gets better next
I'm
week.
glad you're here. So
yeah, I don't have Arkham for a couple weeks because of you're in control.
Yeah.
You should ask for priority.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think Arson already fired, but they can still sign my chip. It doesn't matter. Super niche.
Is this actually the world's deck list?
I think you trade 3 overclocks for 3 trick shots, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We won't get deep dive this turn, but it's a concern. Okay, now we lose.
Okay, that's too bad.
Yeah. Especially because the SDS does nothing.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. I'm aware the SDS does nothing.
Yeah, we're cooked now. We lose to deep dive so hard.
Yep.
No!
Oh my god.
Res Rashida.
Okay. You're right. You're right.
Mandatory. Fire Rashida. No. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Install.
Watch out. He's gonna do something.
I don't know what he's gonna do. Thinking. Install. Install. He's thinking. He's pondering.
I'm pondering.
What's so cool is already those 2 installs. Would you have done those on your turn? Like, are we already have a diverging turn?
I would have done those 2. I think.
Okay, cool.
Because I would have. Well, I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's stuff.
Picked up a bunch of investigator sets. We should be session zeroing, or maybe an active Dunwich tomorrow. Oh, enjoy. Dunwich has a really good start. I like Dunwich a bit. It's a bit like there's some rough edges because they're pretty new at it. Yeah, that's it. You actually can just name and keep saying install until something good happens. So we probably don't get dove here, but we're at this weird like SDS war where nobody wants to do anything. This is greed, yeah, but we need a greed. We're behind 5 points. Installing will continue until morale improves. I think we've had a couple triple install turns.
Mm-hmm.
All right, res spin doctor, please.
Gladly.
What's in archives? That's good to know. Can you shuffle back in? How many 2 counters are in the deck? 1 or 2?
Just 1.
Oh, bummer, man. I think it should be 2. Spin doctor, shuffle back in. 2 canna. And I think a border control. No, put a Halloween back in. All right, resin purge my virus. And go get a 2 kana. Start for 2. Start a turn. Advance. Okay. And here we'll go get this deck does run burner. Would be so kind to throw how do you break Winchester in this deck? I don't think it's a revolver. Edge Advance of Audacity was a potential line. We don't want to throw out our whole hand. We'd rather use our Audacity to win the game, or actually set up like this deck has Reapers, so you can set up some weird kill combos with it. It's either Border Control R&D or Winchester HQ. I'll do Border Control R&D. I'll have points are in there. Cool. We have an econ problem. I don't think this deck deals with Magnet well. I think Agatha's my sleeper pick in the set, being able to quickly play events from discards kind of cracked. Yeah, I just built an Agatha deck. My partner and I are going to play through, and I'm on Agatha and she's on Michael.
Hmm.
I think Agatha has some really cool builds too. All right, start turn. We have no triggers. Draw and extract. Bummer. Ugh. That's why people play armed over hedge, huh?
See, Arms is getting a free update for Switch too.
Oh yeah.
Good for Arms.
Good for arms.
Good for Arms.
Yeah. I'm playing yellow. I think yellow looks better unless you're doing Doom stuff. There's just better inside cards than spells. Draw? Can you highlight that? Can you get rid of that box actually kindly?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I mean, there's a world where that does something for us. Install? Doesn't have to be that card. I'm just gonna say install.
You're saying install?
I'm saying install. Credit. This is why I'm an AAP advocate. Yeah, I agree. I do like AAP a bit more than hedge fund because this deck you generally jump low. Extract gets you somewhere though.
Armed asset protection. Yeah, I haven't seen that a lot, but I feel like it's probably fine.
It's better than hedge fund in this hand.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm a yellow Agatha believer, but I'm playing Michael. I got an idea for Marianne with guns, so she can play upgrade combos so easily.
Oh, Agatha's the one who can. There's two
types.
Yeah,
she's the parapsychologist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that Reaper's pretty bad. Can you just look on archives? We don't have a Rego, do we? Oh shit, that should have been back in.
Oh, the Rego's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah, we'll do Turmoil next, I think, Dennis. Trying to build Agnes deck right now, not my normal playstyle. Hurt self. Oh, Agnes is really good.
Mm.
Okay. Don't fire the Reaper. Start. Mando. Fuck.
It's okay.
They're on 8. I guess that would have been fine. How much influence do you pay for this? I mean, defensible. Install?
Yeah, so you're saying install?
Install, yeah. Confidently. I said install confidently.
Okay, sure.
Credit. To be fair, I'm worried for people whose normal playstyle is hurt some. It's okay. It's a fun playstyle. Yeah, so I think there's a lot of things you can do with Agatha. Like, the inside cards are really good. The problem is the spells are not that good at like level 2 or level 3, so you're just Mystic anyways, so you don't get that much benefit from it. I think it's really cool that you can play a spell that removes all doom from cards. I think that's sick. Clicklessly at the end of your turn. That actually makes it maybe arguably that she's better than Amina. We're in a really bad spot because they're just setting up a deep dive. Like, we have to push forward. There's no shower resing this Reaper. It's too expensive. We're gonna go down to 2 credits for 2 net damage. Playing the draw 5 from your discard's really strong. 2 clicks, no 0. No, you do play the extra click for it because you don't play it ignoring all costs. So you do play the second version for 1 click. That's 1 click to draw 5. That's fun. All right, let's see what they do to this. Theory they have priority. If they pass priority, we could have popped the BC. Oh, we get some money. That's actually really good. Okay. Yeah, just careful. You don't play it for free. You still have to pay the cost, and you still have to pay additional costs. Nice.
Okay, I don't mind it. Ika being there.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're in control.
And yeah. So if this is the deep dive turn, which it probably is because they're about to, I'm talking aloud. You don't answer.
Yeah.
They're going to draw 5 cards. They're probably going to draw a deep dive, even if they don't already have it. Border control could interrupt this. Maybe help us by getting some free thing that then makes HQ a bit more defended or something like that. I'm thinking.
Somehow I feel like their team didn't want to play that card. It's been in hand for a long time, yeah. Aren't all our agendas in R&D?
But now they think they're in it. But now
they drop a conduit, we're ruined. They break R&D for 1. We have a Winchester there. No, man.
Do we?
We're going to lose to R&D now for sure. If you did not stop the draw 5 for the board control, I would have roasted you. I'll be the first to say it.
It's a juicy looking draw 5. It's hard to resist.
Yeah.
Board controlling that.
We're not resing the Reaper function.
Are you sure?
100%. They have Onacom. It's going to help them.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Start. Hold on. Let me think about it. We go on to 4. We get it descent. Pocket Fire. It's your deck. Fire it. Yeah. It'll ask you, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. You'll get a descent on R&D, I think. What do we hit? We hit a deep dive worth.
Mm-hmm.
Worth. Okay. Well. Hitting the spec work was also pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Credit. Edge. Sorry, operation.
Ooh. Well. Let's
flip a coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thanks. I'm gonna say install and see what happens.
I like that that's now what this is. Install and just see what happens.
Yeah. I don't take any responsibility because I would have installed a better card no matter what you put on the table.
I'm thinking.
Do it. Play it. If I say operation here, you're like, okay, Captain.
Yeah. Well, you said so. I'm thinking. Development's always a card I like to play. But I think I'll install this.
Sick. Okay.
So.
They're really drawing.
Drawn for deep dive 2?
It's hard to say. Could he close the orange box? Yeah, good chat.
But it's got 3 great games in it.
Is it only 3? It's got 3 great games in it.
Yeah, Team Fortress 2, Portal, and...
No, it has 2 episodes or 1 episode? One
it just
episode.
has 1 episode in it, yeah.
That's a good box. 2007 was sick.
Box. 2007 was one of the best.
It's a really good
ever,
year.
right?
Yeah. That's it.
BioShock.
Yeah. Modern Warfare.
Mario Galaxy.
Sounds right. Guitar Hero?
Maybe, yeah.
Or Rockman, maybe? One of those. Okay. Start a turn. No. Operation.
And this is not my choice?
I honestly don't know. Don't do it bad.
Okay.
Advance. Advance. What are we trashing? We don't have 2 costers. Is this the additional cost to score? When you score. So the server's free.
Server's free.
Score it. Trash the tithe? Oh, wait, no. What do we trash? What is the text on Kimberly? I don't know. We have to trash something equal?
Equal or less.
Ugly. The problem is Afshar gives us nothing. Tithe gives us Rashida or spin. We want the Rashida. Can we do Tucana first? What's Tucana's cost too?
Do you want to do Tucana?
Well, no, hold on. But we can do Tucana first. We can fire Tucana first to get an ice. So we could go get a BC if we wanted to. It costs us a lot of money, and then we can go get... Yeah, I don't think the actual text on this Kimberlite matters. I think it's just an Azief, but worse. Okay, can you trash the tithe? Do Kimberlite first, and we'll trade the fermenter.
All right, I'll do Kimberlite first.
Yeah. Trash the tithe. We'll op. Go get a Rashida and put in server 2. Then we'll trash the only option we have. And then we'll go ahead and put border control in R&D for 2 credits. Nice, that was a good turn. So we can top deck a win. How many Audacities in your list? Slash and burns? God damn it. Do you know why you can't close games?
Because I put Kimberlite and not Slash and Burn?
I think we're going to struggle to close games, yeah. With single Audacity. The Spin Doctor might have been right then. Oh, do we still have the Holloman in the deck? Yeah, we do.
We do.
Okay. That's all you.
Am I saying action every time they start a run?
In theory, yeah. But apparently he's consenting. Like,
okay.
He would say something if he'd done. We waited long enough, is all I'm saying. We've got a lot of money off of border controls.
Yeah, they've given us a lot of money. All right.
Cool. Most of our economy has been border controls.
It actually has been.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's Arizona
stuff.
Vizarim, okay.
Fine. Okay, we might accidentally virus this, so.
We do probably lose here.
Nah.
You're in control.
I've never lost. I feel like I'm going to leave the border control this time, and then we'll work at it. That's all I'm going to say. But I can sense so much tension because, like, okay, I'm talking out loud. Just talking out loud.
Talking out loud.
Like,
yeah.
This is just for a single, really.
You just read the text on Deep Dive whenever you want. It's in the heap. You can just read it.
No guarantee.
You can just read it whenever you want.
Into here. Okay. I think it'll be a virus.
Go ahead. Okay. It's risky. This could pay out. This could pay out really well, or we could lose.
That's how I feel about it.
If you get the Sandstone, they don't have a Fractor, so we can definitely lock them out.
Yeah.
But if we do Rashida into Holloman Mavirus, we do win. So, like, it's just a risk, because R&D is open for them.
Yeah, because I'm probably not gonna virus.
Yes, so they're still gonna go for the deep dive. This is the problem. The question is whether we have Winchester money to trace. I don't think we do.
But how can they deep dive?
Run HQ.
So HQ archives, then they'll have no clicks left to play deep dive.
They might have to do something with
Feature Shao?
Feature Shao, yeah. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll also just lose to the top of R&D.
We also just lose the top of R&D. That is an issue. But I don't think they deep dive this turn.
Maybe not anymore. But we probably just lose R&D. I think we have to keep R&D safe.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, so we win.
Oh.
Oh, we've opted this turn, yeah. We gotta remember that.
Yeah, we gotta wait. Gotta wait.
It's Thursday. Lockman, how's it going? We're playing Hand and Brain. This is our second game. We're playing against the world champ and Cat, so we have some really good opponents. All right. Fire Rashida. Win the game. That simple.
All right, so start with
yeah, start with Rashida.
Jesus.
We don't shuffle. Sometimes it's right. We win.
I think we win.
I descent? No. Purge. You just the basic action of Purge for 3 would have been so funny. Imagine you Purge for 3.
Be specific. It's not my fault.
It's not my fault.
It's not my fault. You just say Purge. Anyway, we
just win.
One of these.
Just win. All right, install. Fuck. Install.
It's so easy not to.
Use the Holloman.
I'm gonna use the Holloman. I'm going to choose a target.
Yeah.
It'll be this card.
Advance. Score. Crash the descent.
Thank you, Descent, for your service.
Hey! We got there. They still have not won again. They're so upset. Yeah. I think I did cheat. I think I might have.
I think I need you to go, but like you were gasping and that gave me.
I think I might have reacted a bit too much.
Like, I don't know.
5 Winchester on HQ.
Oh, I don't know. This is tough, man. This is real tough.
Resol. Isn't it fun? Like, I want to play this in person. Like, with paper cards, it's also, I think, a bit more fun. Now, that first turn was fucking awful, man.
I know. Like, truly, every good instinct I've ever had as an Netrunner player just disappeared. You
could have a virus? We couldn't. With the Rashida, we could have, yeah. We couldn't have done it on their turn. But yeah, we could have virused for the Holloman. The thing is, if we don't draw an agenda, we probably don't do it. But I think you're right. We probably should have just pushed it there. Yeah. Andre is now creative director by Trans. There's so much hot breath in Patrick's ear. Yeah, maybe. Hand follow instructions. Hand always right. Imagine you purge. It's so funny. Good games.
No. Yeah.
Do you want to try this in Turmoil?
All right. Yeah, let's do it in Turmoil.
Do you know what Turmoil is?
I still don't understand what Turmoil is.
What's your favorite runner deck?
Let's just say like current modern standard runner.
Yeah, that we can just grab.
Let's say like a basic Zaya.
That's a good choice.
Just basic Zaya.
So we'll go to Zaya, and then you tell me which Zaya to grab.
Okay.
Yeah, the Turmoil should be around until Elevation, MB Kelly said. MB Kelly, shout out to MB Kelly. So this is Tag Me stuff. This is Solomon's. Otherwise, if you want to go more...
I'm not really interested in Tag Me.
This is like a
Getting
modern
Away with
version.
It. Yeah, let's do Getting Away with
Cool.
It. Sure.
So I'm going to explain nothing. You have to decide if you want to be hand or brain. I've never played hand and brain on the runner side. I think it's harder.
I will be brain this time.
I'll do Turmoil against you, but can't find a partner. It's okay, D. We'll play... if you're okay with how slow we'll play, that's okay.
Yeah, I think...
Oh, Lucas wants to play D if you want a partner, it seems. The turn where Pat did install the agenda was absolute genius. It honestly turned out to be good.
Yeah.
Sort of. D, do I need to do open information? I think with you, I'm assuming that's what Jai said. Tron's up too if you want. Okay, I don't know. We don't know, honestly. So, look. I'll build it. Pat doesn't know what the format is. It just says...
I still don't know.
Fanuka disposes. The fickle winds of fate shall decide your future.
Okay, that doesn't help me.
Oh, did I import the deck? Yeah, I did.
What is Fanuka?
I'll check in with folks. Okay, D. Check in. We'll be here. We'll wait for like a minute. I think it's from a sci-fi book. I Googled it. There's not a lot about it, but people tell me exactly what book it's from.
Okay. Is it like Illuminatus trilogy or something? Okay.
The author's name had a Y in it. Like Spirio or something. Pizzario.
Yeah, interesting.
You know all the books. Which one?
I do know most of the books. Gosh, I did the bad thing where I stayed up late the other night just like finishing a book.
Yeah,
it's awful. Like books are not my calm down activity.
It
like
you up.
It's poor sleep hygiene for me to have my e-reader near my bed.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, it puts me to sleep. That's the reason why I don't read and drive anymore.
Yeah, not since he killed that dog driver.
Dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently a Jack Vance novel that isn't Lost Fleet. Maybe the book is called Furio or something.
Okay. Well, I mean, Jack Vance is an interesting character. I don't think I've read any Jack Vance, but Jack Vance. People who play D&D know this, but like one of the main villains of D&D is the god Vecna.
That's Vance?
Who's named like Vance mixed around. Vancian magic is the system that D&D uses. Like you have spell slots. Like, I can cast 5 first level spells. And you like run out of spell slots if you fire them all out at once.
Yeah.
That's the way Vance treated magic in some of his stories.
Oh, cool.
So that's where it comes from, and that's why a villain is named after him.
Have you been listening to the Quinn's Quest RPG?
I listened to the first episode.
I'm mostly through it. I find it very fun.
It's fun so far. I like the concept of it. Like, we're just going to play weird games from the 80s or 90s.
Yes. I love the idea of what was fantasy before fantasy kind of got locked in.
That's such a cool idea.
So charming.
Exactly,
yeah. D, you there? Pat, I read Mayville's Kraken. Cold Lava and Sebke will be turmoiling. I'll be jeering. Okay. Do I need to do... Cold Lava, do I need to do make players hidden information, I take it? I'm going to make the password SebK. All lowercase.
I've only read Kraken once. I remember quite enjoying it. It has... It does fun stuff. I think there's like a lot of fun ideas in it. It's not my favorite Mieville. It's not the kind of Mieville I reference a lot, which is City in the City, Embassy Town, Perdido Street Station. Like those are all books that like they're part of my language of speaking now because I think about what they mean and how the world relates to those books.
A
lot.
Real quick, hand or brain. Sorry.
I'll be brain. Just alternating back and forth.
Okay, cool. I'm off the mic. Good luck, have fun.
Yes, let's do it. Yeah, Jello Shots, you're welcome from Jack Vance.
We're playing against Sebke and Cold Lava, both great players from the East Coast of the States.
Well, so were the last players we faced, and we crushed them.
The one was from the West Coast.
That's a good point.
Nice try.
Okay, well, so much for brain.
All right. Asa, that's another good hand in brain. Are we keeping this?
Against Asa?
Yeah.
They're
mulliganing, hold on.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Kolava's hand. You stressed? I feel like I found a format that stresses you out more than anything else, and I love it.
I'm so stressed. And one of the formats you invented almost destroyed me. This is somehow worse.
Yeah. Just high danger Netrunner.
I'm trying to think about like I mean I guess I do know this deck fairly well.
Yeah, that's good. That's gonna be very important for this format.
Okay, I'm sure it will be.
They mulled.
Let's keep.
Good. That hand is amazing. Good. Like have fun. All right. I'll move this and I'm off. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't know what this format is. We'll find out. It's not
okay. Yeah. The main thing about this format is I can't talk about books. Like you've managed to keep me away from talking about books because it'd annoy you so much.
It doesn't annoy me. I just can't participate.
Yeah, but then also you couldn't participate in the game because you're waiting for Brain to tell you.
That's true. Yeah. Disposes. This is a cool mode. I actually think people are playing this a fair bit. I think there's one button I might want to turn off at some point, but otherwise, generally a cool game mode.
Okay.
I'm assuming they're doing it where the first player does the install and then the brain does the other install.
Interesting. So one of the I saw you playing a little bit of this, and I think you got a Terminal Directive campaign card.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got Trojan. I think it's called.
Yeah, Trojan. Terminal Directive is like it took up so many good names for cards.
It did.
And it's so frustrating as a narrative director.
Social engineering is my least favorite Netrunner card of all time.
Social engineering.
The name is so good.
I know. It's like social engineering should be an entire type of card.
I know.
Ugh. Sorry, what?
Yeah, right? So we got a Niffer.
But how did this happen?
Fanuka works in mysterious ways.
We have crowdfunding.
Yeah, we have crowdfunding.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's really good.
But if we install it, does it change once it's installed?
I will tell you, any card that's on the table, res or unres, will stay. Every other card in every other space might not.
Okay. What was that before? Okay, so
I don't remember.
We had a Shibboleth.
We had a Hermes that became a Zenith.
Yeah.
Yeah, breakers turned into breakers, and so this was some resource.
That was a daily cast, I think.
Crowdfunding pretty bad in this format? Yeah, D, don't tell Pat. He'll find out.
What?
I get invested in Delgado. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Sorry, let me think.
Remember, you don't say which server, you just say run. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not that bad. It's just not perfect.
Install. Run.
Good calls. Now they're fighting.
Yeah,
now the two boys are fighting, yes. In theory, this is Seb's choice. I think I did you dirty. Last time that we played this table, I look a lot taller than you. And it's because I have this chair, which is jacked up in height. And then you're on this chair.
Hello.
On the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, they didn't res. That's gone.
Perfect.
So we kind of know what deck they're on. You're in control? They weren't arguing, it turns out.
Run. Install.
Nice. Good turn. We did good, fun stuff.
Felt good.
Felt good.
Felt good.
For those who don't know, this card was a champ card. It was legal for only a bit. It gives you a credit, and then eventually, once it leaves, it becomes a card draw as well. And when you make 3 runs, if any amount of crowdfundings are in your heap, you can install all of them for free. Oh, speak of Delgado.
Oh.
When the runner steals an agenda, you may resolve the win scored ability on that agenda, then swap that agenda with an agenda in your square area. 3 res, 5 to trash.
Jesus Christ. Oh, God, no. It's so... Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the archives.
But do you notice that the cards in the archives can change?
They can change.
They did.
I see.
So do you think the crowdfunding's going to fire again?
No, I don't think it's going to fire again. But I think it's like it's an easy mark that I'll cross a card eventually.
No, it's still good.
Yeah.
Disposes. Yeah, Fanuka disposed this. So try and remember your hand because you might not have it forever.
Okay.
Crowdfund is what side hustle wants to be when it grows up. Yep.
Yeah, basically.
They did not do a real big Netrunner turn over there. Nobody said install.
Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what we can do about this.
Okay, never mind. You're not allowed to undo click in this format.
Yeah, you better apologize.
It says it in the rules. Let me just copy paste that so I can be real shithead.
Decided us to look so delightfully mid. Yeah, but I mean, I think it's going to like smooth out econ problems in a very small format. So, and I think it's like for a neutral card, it's doing exactly what you want a neutral card to do. If it was in faction, if it was like in Crim, I'd expect it to be a little bit better or something. But,
yeah. Daily Cast doesn't see a lot of play modernly too, which is wild.
It's interesting, yeah.
It seems a bit too slow. Cool.
Okay. Install. Run.
Just reprint Temujin? It's kind of that, isn't it?
Hmm.
It's an Odoroshi.
Whoa.
Yeah, their deck can change. We could have died to Snare.
Okay. Oh, what? No, okay. All right, that's fine.
Sorry, we can't show you Odoroshi. It's a bit broken. I don't know why.
Okay, well.
This is a Sentry that adds advancements.
Yeah, okay, now I remember this one. Event. Draw. No. I know. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Okay. Okay, remember these. So cards cannot change to types outside of them. So the program can only become a program, but notably icebreakers can only become icebreakers. So you won't lose it. But Kurapira can become a decoder. So just as like a meta call, if you like a card, install a card. You want to lock it in.
Okay. Which makes drawing last click even worse, I guess?
That's correct.
Huh.
Actually, correct is drawing list is losing gambling. No, but you should draw then play gamble if you think that's the case. Because we can lose the Kurapira, which might be more important. Because Kurapira is not a bad fractor. And we saw an ablative.
Okay. Does Fanuka stand for something?
No, it's the name of the character in the book.
Okay.
Sometimes Fanuka just disposes. Or repossesses. Or transposes.
So the book I read that I got like caught up reading was I think it's called The Last Murder at the End of the World.
Okay.
By Stuart Turton. Did I recommend? I think I might have recommended it to you. I'm not sure you read it. The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle.
I do remember that name.
You do remember that
name? I do
name?
remember that name.
You do folks, he remembers that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a very easily recommendable book. I think it's got like video game logic, like
you think I'm a dum-dum that can only do Mario?
You told me that you pass out.
In this book, do I run right? Do I get to the castle?
Well, there's no pictures, but I think it's time you like moved on from the training pants that you've been wearing.
Okay.
Fuck you. All right. What about ice? Like when they
great. We have a force of nature now.
I'm so sorry.
Your last click. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
Ice on the table won't change, but ice in hand can change. Ice in the deck can change, but ice will become ice. The types will change.
Okay, but basically, like they installed on HQ turn 1, so we know that
more likely to be a
good card.
Or an HP card that's starting their deck.
Okay. Would they have drawn the Odoroshi, or would the Odoroshi have transformed?
Oh, it could have transformed in their hand, or in the top of the deck. I'm not sure how the rules work.
Let's run.
If we die to Ice and Dawn. So Niffer...
I don't know, Knights Master. Who's that by? Sorry, what?
We fight an ablative? Niffer is really good.
Oh my god, it is.
Wait, this card is really good.
Finally, someone's seeing it.
Yeah.
This is the card that makes Ice Strength. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Freaking Caprice needs a jump.
This is good for us. Oh, I'm playing a game? Yeah, that's fine. Where's your money gone? This is going to cost one of us some money. Oh my god.
Oh, Tanith Lee. Yeah, I've read some Tanith Lee before. Oh. She did Silver Meadow Lover.
I guess we got in.
Okay. Oh.
I don't want to trash this.
I mean, it's up to you. First time advanced. Yeah.
That's
sure.
gonna be a no from me, dog.
You enjoy that region.
Yeah, have that. That's yours.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Weird.
Yeah, that's technically a grid you can play.
Draw.
Art's good. This was in our deck when we started, right? You put Caldera in here because you're like, I want to worry about net damage. Remember when you put Caldera in the deck?
Did I put Cauldron in my deck, or is this a Fanuka card?
Got Fanukid.
Okay, draw.
Whiteblade's so upset that you said that. What's funny is if you hit this button, don't know what's gonna happen.
In that case, event.
There's only one icebreaker.
There's only
in our
one
deck.
icebreaker.
Oh, that makes sense because we only have 3 icebreakers.
Oh God.
Yeah, we have to wait for this to work out.
Okay, well it's Carmen then.
That's good.
Yep. Sorry. Hang on a second. Sorry, I'm catching up on something. That's not even an HP card.
No. I'm impressed we're still high, I'll be honest. I've become the NAPD corporation once. This is gonna make the game weird.
Hey, NSG should just reprint Blue Sun, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think it's fine.
We saw a 14 cost ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that they're like building up to that.
All right. They clicked. They clicks?
Do we lose cards all of a sudden?
No, they changed, and then we drew with crowd
I see,
funding.
okay.
So crowdfunding is in the bin alongside our raindrops window.
Okay. Yeah, I remember putting raindrops in. Yeah.
So for those who don't know, this says when you take damage, draw a card. This says when you trash a card, take a thing.
Hang on. One of our breakers became a non-breaker.
Yeah, wait, what the hell? NB Kelly, why did our icebreaker become a consume? That's not allowed?
It's not allowed.
Is this mislabeled?
Also, Curse of Chalion. It's one of my favorite fantasy novels of all time. It's not a long series.
Breakers don't say breakers? I'm pretty sure they do.
Curse of Chalion is followed up by Paladin of Souls, both of which are 2 of the best fantasy novels ever written.
Hey, brain!
Sorry, yeah. Draw.
Pretty sure this was a Chesva at some point.
Yeah. Oh, God. I don't know, run?
I think this is a drafter.
Anyway, once you've read Paladin of Souls, you can skip the 3rd book in the series, but there are a long series of novellas starring a character that has nothing to do with the first 2 novels. It's like set 100 years earlier, but honestly, it's the same world and it's really great. I love Bujold's 5 Gods series. That's fine. Draw 3 fucked up cards.
It's gonna help them a lot. Their hand is fucked.
Yeah. That's right. I'm the narrative director. I can force their hand. Wait, but I'm brain. I can force a hand.
How do you play this if you make this like a team tournament? Vitruvius, Blood in the Water goes back. Yeah, you're in charge.
Okay. Is maybe Niffer's worth playing?
You can't say things like that.
Okay, you're right. Install.
Fuck off.
Credit.
Ugh. This sucks now because we have one less program, but like if they res an ablative, we're so firing off.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to them to never res a little barrier.
Titus Grown is one I've heard about, never gotten started on. That sucks. I was kind of happy when they had
yeah, me too.
Blue Sun.
Yeah, Blue Sun is not that good. Returning a Gatekeeper would have been pretty fun.
Yeah, it's almost like de-resing it.
Yeah,
it's kind of.
It's almost like Stegadon, but not ass. Like not annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, I think NSG should reprint like favorite IDs. They've already been play tested.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just put Blue Sun out there. Like,
you can save so much time.
Yeah,
and then put them in a box and call it like system update.
Yeah,
yeah,
probably alongside other cards that like
other
really
cards
in some way. And put a number at the end of it that's like just kind of random, but like
a big one.
Maybe it's a multiple of 7. I don't know.
Big one. Wait, multiple of 7?
21.
2021.
Who knows? Who knows? What 2021 is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can't be.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If you do this in paper, you can literally tie people's hands behind their backs and force a split. But I don't think the hands matter that much. We just got bias reporting.
Kinky.
Choose research. The runner may trash any of their installed programs that gains 1 for each trash card. What are we doing, boss?
The runner may trash any of his or her installed cards of that type in game. We gain the 1 credit
if we trash programs. Yeah.
And they're saying program.
Yeah.
I'll just let them have the money.
Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah. I'm not gonna trash my Niffer.
We can have system update. System updater.
Mm-hmm. Systems update. What if all the system updates were just additive? We kept doing more system updates.
Yeah. Standard.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They install the install. Okay. We're Nova now.
But that's worse.
That's worse.
That's so much worse.
It does not have text.
Surely you can understand how that's so much worse.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
It's not good.
it's not great.
Non-binary people don't have to trash. Sorry, D. It has Oracle text. They everyone does.
Run.
Nice. They can't be hurt by Argus. Okay, hold on. I hear you, but you click on the card.
It says they.
It says
Yeah,
they.
It says they. Sorry.
Nice try.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were included.
Argus is an equal opportunity hater. Like.
I feel like I was reading an old rule book and they'd used they in like the 90s, which was like, what the fuck?
Hmm.
I'm an FFG purist. Disciplined, but also not welcoming.
Uh-huh.
All right, no res. One of these is Tokyo. Oh, looks like we have an Argus deck.
Huh. I guess we can trash it.
It's not your choice.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Do we take a tag?
Yeah, we took 2 tags.
Okay. What was the other face down card?
The Neo Tokyo.
Neo
That's
Tokyo,
been there
of
for
course,
a minute.
Clear tag. Clear tag. Credit.
And sorry, internal server error.
What? Oh. There's a bug in our
No,
hand,
this is
too.
the bug. Did we break it? Did Nova collapse? Please type /bug. Okay.
What if that triggers Fanuka?
Thanks for replying. Are we cooked? I closed it. Yeah, I think we're cooked.
I think.
Oh
no!
Just randomly happened to my Fanuka game. Did Fanuka break the rules?
Oh, we had demolition run in our
I know.
discard pile.
I can try /end turn. Yeah. Let me try. What's this end turn? And there's no end turn.
There's no hyphen, right? No, there is. Yeah, there must be.
Is there?
I thought it was.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm not sure that's gonna fix it. Rejoin. Oh, I forgot the password.
Sub K.
Unknown lobby type. That's weird.
Okay.
Nah, we're cooked.
Well, we win by default. So
yeah, we won
too
up
bad.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, still no shot.
That's too bad.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well.
Yeah, Dari says there's no way around this. Bummer. What time is it? Oh, I don't know if we can do another one.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'll probably head home after this.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
Yeah, it's too bad.
All right. Tragic. Yeah. It was going okay.
It was going interestingly.
So to describe the rules to you, every card has a percentage chance to change into something else.
Yes.
For every turn, that percentage increases.
Okay.
So you're probably on turn 1 to have most of your cards.
Individual card.
That's not installed.
Yeah.
So it could be, or not in your square area. So eventually this deck becomes none of your cards.
I see.
Notice how we have the mask here. Make a run, gain a click. That run successful when it ends. You may immediately make another run on another server. Pretty good.
So this is a situation where we could be playing as the mask, and then we can't install the mask because we're already the unique.
I think this is the mask with an icon.
Oh, of course, the mask with an icon. Yeah.
But I don't think IDs are unique. They don't have uniqueness text on them. Okay. That's what happens. So the game descends, but notice that it keeps like the same amount of things, like the same amount of resources,
same amount of events. And so on. Yeah.
I think consoles only change to consoles. That might not be right. I think hardware just turns to hardware. But it gets weird.
Because one of our consoles did turn into a hardware.
Yeah. Yeah, the probability increases D from what I understand. I think this was Lucy pulled this off of the numbers from GitHub. The other thing that is a surprise that we are not going to see is that every turn has a unique 1 in 50 chance that you just flip tables.
Yeah.
And then you just become the corp, they become the runner,
Mhm.
and you might take 2 turns in a row and you might lose. Or you might win. Because then you know all
Cool.
the ice, they know all the cards in the
Mhm.
hand, and things are bad.
That's pretty funny.
Our start was really good. I think our start was actually really
Yeah,
quite
it
okay.
felt decent, yeah.
Yeah. If we get a Hermes down, we're cooking. I don't
Mhm.
think they have money. They had really awkward turns. I think they have absolute trash.
Yeah, you can't guarantee that you have money or things like that. Interesting.
Yeah. I think we're in an okay spot there. I
Cool.
think picking anything that's like not too combo-y,
It's
like
funny,
Saya is
what if our
good.
econ was that card where like noise is leaning back?
Oh
You
yeah,
lose a
then
click and gain 2 credits. Yeah.
totally fine in the format.
Yeah, probably fine.
I think
Just good
actually
enough.
kind of
Mhm.
fine. Yeah. It's expensive, but it's Zeki forever. We don't need our clicks. Yeah, we still have some good cards in here, but those are the cards that start in our deck.
Mhm.
Cool, huh? Kind of
Yeah,
cool. Kind of a fun format.
Kind of cool.
There's ways, I think D was talking about this in chat. There's actually ways that you can build better decks for the format,
Mhm.
right? Like just making sure you have a lot of econ operations is a good start, multiple programs. Like you can make decks that work better than
But what does it
others,
matter if you have econ operations?
because they always will become econ cards.
Because they always become
Yes.
econ
From my
cards.
understanding,
Okay.
there's some sort of vague sorting
Mhm.
where econ operations will always become econ operations. It's not just straight operation
Mhm.
operation. Things are bad. We mulligan from an okay hand to garbage. It looks really bad when you put these two on the table, which are no longer here, and then Ice HQ. Yeah, it looked rough.
Mhm.
You didn't talk about Fanuka. I don't know what Fanuka is, but Fanuka can swap tables. She can swap sides,
Mm.
which is like frustrating. I think this mode would be fantastic if you could make sure I don't want to swap sides, because the swap sides just throws the game out the window.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
That's funny.
How you feeling otherwise?
I'm feeling good. Feeling okay.
Is it cool spoilers week?
Is it cool spoilers week? It is cool spoilers week. No spoilers today.
Yeah, that's fine.
But more spoilers soon. And I can't wait for people to see Elevation.
Mm-hmm.
Like they haven't let me look at any of the cards yet, so I'm like I'm kind of learning what as the risk community does.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. There's so much cool stuff in Elevation. I think people are gonna love it. Like there's gonna be a favorite card. Every person's gonna have a different. What am I saying?
Has your favorite card been shown so far?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I've got quite a few that like I think are my favorite cards. Maybe one of my favorite. I think one of my favorite cards was in the fan. I don't know if my overall favorite card is in the fan.
Which was your favorite? One of your favorite cards in the fan?
The Anarch card.
We have the name on that. Shred.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Mhm.
I think you want more programs than you think you do. I think both Runner and Corp want fewer advanced operations, and I think Corp wants 3 Rashids for assets, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Oh, just random assets are that bad? The rest should be ice upgrades, agendas, and few operations. Upgrades seem to be good. On average, the upgrades are better than okay.
So what I'm hearing is this format is more fun if you're both playing normal decks and don't try to break it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if you show up with a combo deck, like you show up with Arasana, the chance of you having Trojans after like turn 5 is pretty low.
Yeah, but the chance that you're still Arasana after turn 5 is also kind of low.
That's true. Yeah, having more programs is good.
Mhm.
Rahit says Asa seems particularly brutal because your economy is 3 fully ops, and that's just about it. Which that's
And
not.
those are not going
going
to survive the day.
good. Yeah. Random assets are very bad. That I agree with. The card pool for assets is pretty wide. Yeah, actually having more programs too is good because if your icebreakers are bad, like we might have never got a code gate breaker for the rest of the game. I'll give you a huge thank you to all these names here and more.
Yeah, thank you, Patreons.
Oh, hold on, I haven't updated this.
Okay.
There's a button to do that. Give me 1 second. It's no what?
Okay.
Firefox.
Let's talk about our new Patreon tiers. Again, if you donate over $2,000 a month, I already did the joke where we'll release a podcast where we very awkwardly tell people not to have done that because it makes us feel weird that maybe like groceries are expensive these days. Like, please take care of yourself first. Like we're beneath you. But Andre did serve me a pretty nice lasagna.
It was actually a really good dinner.
And the salad was great too. I love that. That was a dill and cucumber salad. Love that.
I do like that a lot.
So yeah, every time you support Metropole Grid, you support me and my stomach.
Yeah. I want to give a huge shout out. We had a couple patrons over the last couple days, and I just put this out. Firstly, Jordan up on the Degree Mill tier. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Roberto Linto, you remember Bobby?
Oh, but he's back.
Hey, Roberto's getting back into the game, which is sick. I hasn't played in a long time.
It's so cool. It's amazing to see him come back. I can't wait to play with him.
Shout out to Cluju joining for the daily casts, and we have Odyssey and Matt also on the Sure Gamble tier. Thanks so much for your support. If you like content like this, you can find the Patreon in the description below. Any amount of contribution really does help. If you want to take a second also just to like the video, like the stream, that also is like a really easy
Smash that
way.
like button. 5 stars on iTunes.
Thanks for
it
streaming.
really helps us helps our
Roshni, thanks for
findability.
dropping by. Are there any Conts news? Yeah, we did some very big Conts news.
Oh, yeah.
Not super official, but we're signing the venue.
Mhm.
So for sure, it's going to be August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
Yep,
So Friday, Saturday,
3-day
Sunday.
event, very fun.
Our venue that we're signing right now, which again, I'll let you know once the paper is signed
Mhm.
and went through, but we went to see it on the other day. It
Yeah.
looks like it should have a cap of 120 people. We're looking to sell out, but the venue is quite nice and it's at a
Mhm.
like a hotel, so it has all the nice stuff.
Everyone
And
better come to it.
there's technically rooms in the hotel that we can get like a block for. We'll look into that.
That's interesting.
fine.
It's usually kind of
Yeah.
risky, but yeah, we'll see.
No, it's like if we don't fill it, there's no like problem for us.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
cool.
like you can take that if you want.
Nice. One thing I'm planning on doing, like we've got a lot of Magic players at my workplace.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like, hey, the biggest event for this other card game is happening in a few months. You guys can learn how to play the game and then compete in that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe see how that goes. See what happens there.
Might bring people in.
Mhm.
Elevation Mind just coming out in just a bit. Stay tuned to No Signal Games. There's generally going to be an article just about every day, it seems. Some of them have spoilers, some might not. But
Mhm.
technically, spoiler season starts officially as of, I think, Monday. And also, Daily Cast starts on Sunday, which is great.
Not this coming Monday, right?
Did you announce the venue? No, we're not going to announce it publicly yet because
Not
we
till
haven't
the-
signed
not
the
till it's
papers.
signed, yeah.
But we'll announce it really soon and we'll get tickets up and all that
Mhm.
sort of stuff. Excited for cons. Yeah, me too. I'm really, really stoked.
Yep.
That's mostly it. Stay tuned. ESL is this Sunday, so shout out for that. It's the final ESL week. It's going to be hype, that's for sure. And otherwise, we'll be back. I'll probably do a stream on Friday on the sister channel, Crash Space. I just put up a video earlier this week of some more Marvel Champions, and I
Yep.
think the content is actually really quite good.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow, but I'll generally do a stream sometime at like 2:33. As much as I
Yeah.
have a lot of video work to do.
If anyone here is like in other Marvel Champions communities, you can like share that video, smash
yeah.
that like button.
Yeah, I need to share that with Marvel
Mhm.
Champions people for sure. But that's it. Pat, thanks for joining. We'll see you in the next one.
Of course. Bye, everybody.
Bye.